Okay, we are live. All right. Let's get in.
Uh,
Give it a moment. Why? Who sounds like they're in a washing machine?
That would be Stormie's pan, probably.
Nope. His
Alrighty.
head is still
Okay.
pointed at the door.
Hmm.
Just for the sake of the fact that eventually people are just going to see this on YouTube. Uh, Welcome everybody. This is For the XP, a small group of people playing 5e Dungeons and Dragons in a homebrew campaign I came up with. I am the Dungeon Master. My name is Brent Earnest. Go ahead, everybody, and introduce themselves, starting with Janae.
Hi, I'm Janae. I'll be playing Abaddon of Tarkir.
Give us a brief description of what he looks like.
He is a 6'4" tiefling who is very skinny with tall gold horns, gray skin, and red eyes. And he has no tail.
All right, thank you very much. Scales, go ahead.
I am Nicholas, Alucard 9642 for anyone who might have seen my channel. I doubt it anyway. I'm going by the name of Scales because Draconic is too difficult to pronounce, so fuck it. Scales is a 6'7", 275-pound dragonborn, frost blue eyes and silver scales, and in contrast to her not having a tail, I do have a tail.
All right, Althea.
I'm Ashley, also called Stormie. I play Althea. She is a wood elf paladin of Artemis. And I
All right.
don't remember all the details other than she has copper skin, raven hair, hazel eyes, and stands about 5'7".
Wait, I thought
That's
you were a
actually
cleric.
What?
I thought you were a cleric, not a paladin.
No, cleric. Sorry, not paladin.
Same difference, I guess.
yeah, because neither Janae or
I've
I
got games
mentioned it.
mixed up. I've got another game going on later tonight where I actually play a paladin, so.
You're actually playing a paladin, Stormy. After I told you to do it, and you said no.
I got conned. That's all I
Yeah,
can say.
I'm saying this because both Janae and I forgot to. Abaddon's a warlock. I'm a sorcerer, draconic sorcerer, and she
We have
is
I'm
Great
a
Old
fiend warlock,
One. Oh,
the
specifically.
warlock. Our group is composed of two squishies and a squishy with a lot of armor. Uh,
Oh boy.
okay, let's go
And a meat
ahead
shield.
and meat shield. We are missing a couple players today, unfortunately, so we're down to 3. If they are able to play the next time we stream, you'll meet them definitely. But let's go ahead and get started with the session. I'll go ahead and start with a recap. Shortly after the party defeated a group of goblins and orcs in the dungeon in a dungeon below the ground, they had noticed that their halfling ally had left them to fend for themselves soon after they exited the dungeon. Basically exactly after they exited the dungeon, they were immediately confronted by another smaller group of orcs claiming they were directed to the location by the aid of Groomsh. After the battle, the party left the area and camped halfway through the travel time back to the city that they're currently doing quests in, known as Beach Castle. So about halfway travel to there. That's where they ended up. During that time, during the last watch, Althea and our missing PC, Atreides, both took on a couple of bird-like creatures known as Kenku. Once the party arrived back in town, they were greeted with a small riot happening in the town square, or like right in front of the main gate of the noble district of Beach Castle. 3 NPCs known as Urog, Father Nelimus, and Rayloff Redbeard approached them about the riots. They were very concerned of why they were happening, and perhaps maybe the group may have ensued or provoked the entire riots. After said conversation with the NPCs, they decided they needed to stop the riots before it got bloody. After the conversation, Althea used her magic to calm the crowd, and then Abaddon, using his pure charisma and persuasion, caused the rest of the group that was not calmed to leave the area and prevented any bloodshed from happening. The party then decided to find out how the riot even started to begin with and split up to talk to multiple people. Uh, and Atreides, he went to the bar to strike up some gambling and start a bar fight. Since that's just what his character would have wanted to do. Scales and Abaddon went to Poseidon's Rest, which is the main inn they've been staying at for the most part, to talk to Valamis the barkeep, and Althea went to speak with Father Nelimus. Scales and Abaddon found Valamis dying on the basement floor of Poseidon's Rest, and before she could utter any words, before they could do any kind of healing attempt or anything, Lady Brestine appeared from the shadows after finishing her off with a crossbow bolt to the throat, whom found out that Valamis was actually an informant on the rebellion for the New Nobles. Valamis also was expecting a visit from two of the new nobles known as the Groga brothers, a pair of orc bards, or half-orc bards that are part of the tyrannical noble government in Beach Castle currently. Lady Bristine gave Scales and Abaddon info on the brothers to make them the party's next essential assassination. After meeting up and after Althea finished her conversation with Father Nelimus, who knew nothing about the riots, they met back up at Poseidon's Rest and began immediately discussing what all the events that just currently happened, and they decided that it was best to move to a different location other than a murder scene of a former friend. They went to the Broken Oar, where Peter Onetter owns the bar, and began planning the assassination of the Groga brothers by using Althea's good looks and charm to seduce the brothers into their assassination. That is where we left off. We are currently in the Broken Oar. They had just recently went shopping for clothes for Althea, who's looking very risque at the moment. They're in the main risque.
I think slutty would be more accurate.
That's what I was thinking.
I was using a better word than slutty. So
Oops.
at this point in time, Abaddon is basically coaching Althea on how to flirt by using Scales as a guinea pig.
So, fair warning for anybody who might actually be here, this is going to get weird.
It's going to get extremely weird. I will say this is not for the faint of heart or lack of maturity.
Let's say it's marked 18 plus for a reason.
Indeed it is.
Right, so the way that I picture this is I have Scales sitting in a chair. I have Althea sitting on his lap, and I'm standing there, and I'm kind of like moving her hands as I'm talking. It's like, okay, you want to sit on him like this. Now put one hand here on his face and one here on his chest. And like you want to like look down and giggle and look up at him real cute and bat your eyelashes and maybe kiss him a little bit. Just a little kiss on the cheek. And then kind of rub him right here. You see what I'm getting at?
Scales, you currently have a very, very sluttily dressed Althea sitting on your lap with your hand on her chest, kind of awkwardly looking up at you, trying to be cute and sexy. And you can tell that she's kind of nervous about placing a kiss on you because both of you seem to be lacking in the experience department within not necessarily interracial, but more intersexual like relations. Not necessarily just sex, but just any kind of like romantic interaction whatsoever.
Let's put it bluntly: they're both virgins.
Right?
Both
about as
are.
And
blunt as I
I'm
can
not,
get now.
for certain. I am very experienced.
Yeah, you fucked an old lady earlier, we know.
The audience doesn't need to know.
For potions.
Cleaned out the cobwebs.
At least my girlfriend's hot.
Is this all entirely necessary, Abaddon?
Shh. Althea, come on. Do it on your own this time. You just... Well, come on.
You want me to put my hand here,
Mm-hmm.
put it on his chest, put it on his face, and giggle. At what?
Just giggle at him. You gotta look down and like bite your lip a little bit and look really cute and just like the cute little giggle and look up at him with your big pretty eyes and bat your eyelashes. Come on, have you never tried to get in a guy's pants before?
Might I remind you she's a
What part of
cleric?
cleric did you miss?
Well, you're not allowed to have fun.
I have fun. It's called smashing things.
That's not... Well, okay, that is fun, but that's not the kind of fun I'm talking about. I'm talking about the naked kind of fun.
Oh, you mean like going swimming?
Oh,
Abaddon,
I should
I
be
think...
the one seducing them.
Yes, but you wouldn't pass for a convincing woman.
Maybe they're into dudes. Do we have any info on that?
I think that
No, you
resounding
don't.
silence is a good answer.
No, you don't. You don't know whether or not that's true or not. That's just an assumption on Abaddon's part.
All you have to do, Althea, is you just have to look cute. Okay?
Okay. Cute. I can do cute.
Take
I think.
cute and then touch them in places, and you'll make it sexy. You see how this works?
Yeah. She'll nod convincingly, or she'll try to look convincingly.
All right, Althea and Scales. Althea, I need a charisma check from you, and Scales, I need a constitution check from you.
Oh,
Alright.
you mean I actually have to roll dice today?
Yes.
My constitution is +2, so... 12.
Have dice now.
Well,
Come on, character sheet, pull up. I know, laptop, you don't like doing a whole bunch of stuff at once.
In the
I think
meantime,
I've
I'm
officially pissed it off.
going to read about some feats here.
Yay, there we go.
Too late, Nick. Before you could read the feat, her character sheet is up. Character sheet.
That would be an 18.
Oh, God.
ooh.
Althea, you're able to kind of follow step by step the directions that Abaddon had laid out for you of how to be flirtatious and sexy. And Scales, you start feeling these emotions and physical feelings in like the pit of your stomach you've never actually felt before in your life. You don't know necessarily what's going on, but you start to sweat. Like, I don't know if a Dragonborn can sweat, but if you've ever seen one sweat, this is what it would look like. And you don't quite feel yourself getting erect. You feel a difference in your body that you don't quite.
Is there a tingling?
You feel like that butterfly tingling, like adrenaline kind of pumping through your body. You've never had a beautiful woman sitting on your lap for flirting with you or anything like that.
Yes, I think you're following his instructions well. Yes, I think you've got it. Abaddon, can we move on now, please?
Well, she seems to have you quite flustered. So maybe there's some hope for her after all.
Having me flustered isn't exactly a great accomplishment.
Are you saying that it's easy to get you flustered?
Given the right circumstances, I would wager yes.
Are you saying we need to find another test subject?
I
That's a no?
would imagine we don't have the time for it.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to make a
Oh.
point before we continue with this practice.
Yes?
Upon looking us over, especially Lady Althea, it might be wise if we find somewhere to bathe. We're still all coated in blood from earlier today.
And I haven't had time to change my clothes yet.
Yeah,
That's
you
probably
all
a good
take
idea.
you all take a good look at yourself and kind of just like sniff yourselves, and you realize that you smell pretty ripe. It's been a long time since you've like had a proper bath besides Althea in the very beginning of
Yeah, but don't
of
forget,
her.
Althea also got all kinds of like goblin and orc chunks on her last time.
Oh yeah, no, she's dirty too,
Someone
but she's the
exploded on
only
her
one.
twice.
I have a
She's only
warhammer. It just means I get to smash things more.
Well,
I'm
unless
pretty
these
blunt
half
to the point.
orcs are just naturally attracted to blood, it might be wise to find some time to clean up before we do this.
you guys also take notice that your clothes are pretty tattered and damaged just from previous battles. You got patchy robes. Abaddon, your nobleman's clothes are stretched out and tattered as well from when you activated your
But
Abaddon's
I've got
in
two
inner
spare sets of
rage.
clothes. So I'm
And
good.
meanwhile, I've got a huge slash mark through the front of my shirt from that axe.
So for
Ours are
those
sexy scales. You'll be fine.
My armor needs fixed a bit. It got some dings in it.
So I think it
bathing comes
wise.
first.
I think it wise before we continue with this that we find somewhere to bathe.
We'll continue the practice.
Well, we are in
when
an
we find a
inn. Why don't we
bathhouse.
just ask the innkeeper if we can have some baths drawn up?
and as Althea says that, you all take notice that Peter Onetter is kind of like ducking, like not really ducking behind the counter of his bar, but you can tell like he's kind of just eavesdropping on you. Like he's kind of been paying attention to the whole flirtatious thing and mostly been staring at Althea.
So I think that's another sign of approval we have over there. I'm gonna just like point to the bar and smile real stupid.
He like you see him jump like he realized he just got caught looking, and he just like kind of turns around as quick as possible and starts like
Wanna be our next test subject?
cleaning glasses.
We need some baths drawn up.
Right away, ma'am. I will have heated water and bathing soaps and oils sent up to your rooms immediately.
Thank
you.
God.
She'll get up.
Well,
Comfortable scales. You'll be doing this again soon.
yes, but at least I get a little privacy for once.
Who needs privacy?
Well, thankfully we're in an inn, so we have private rooms.
Last I checked, the boys were sharing a room, and Althea got one to herself.
It's very true.
That is true.
Fuck.
Yep. So, either we take turns, or you just deal with what happens. The sight.
Well, much as I would like to say take turns, I'd imagine we have to start doing this as soon as the sun sets, so we don't have the time to waste.
Yeah, you guys definitely take a look outside, and you see dusk is starting to hit the city.
Yes, we have to hurry. We're on a bit of a schedule here. Very well. I'll get up from the table and go up to the room first.
And I'll follow him,
And
I
I'll
guess
walk to my
you-
room.
patting him on the back and smiling.
you all make your way upstairs and get to your rooms, and you see that there's two like very large, what you would expect. They look like troughs of water, and you see steam rising from the both of all three of the baths, and you see scented oils and cleaning soaps made out of lye, and just waiting for your actual bath to commence.
As
Very
soon as
well.
I'm in the room, the clothes are off. Just
You
no
know,
shame.
immediately Abaddon is stripped completely naked, and you know he's tall, skinny, grayish colored in
With
skin.
a big ass scar above my butt.
You see what looks like a very large. Was it a bite scar or an axe scar? I think.
His
I think it
sword.
was a sword scar on his
Yeah.
ass, and like the scar where his tail used to be,
With a little
and
bitty stump.
yeah, with a very little stump. And you see a very, very large uh, member hanging in between his legs, and you kind of stop for a moment, and you feel less like it like an inner monologues in going on inside your head, and you feel a little bit less self-conscious because you recognize that you have one of larger size, even though it's only slightly.
Though admittedly, in the process, I kind of glance like,
You're more
what
like, oh,
happened? What happened to your tail?
well, when I became a noble, it was a bit of a bloody experience. Things happened. I may have,
Things happened.
yeah, things happened. I may have gotten into a fight. There were swords. There were like 15 guards that I was trying to run away from and fight, and yeah. Why,
Very
you
well then.
like my scar? Is it cool?
In a hard contrast to Abaddon's approach, I'm kind of sheepishly off to the side, like constantly glancing over my shoulder.
You have that like modest, don't look at me like thing of going on like
Are you
as
even
you.
naked yet, or are you like keeping your underwear on?
That's the last bit he's wanting to take off, but he knows he has to.
Do I have to come over there and drag you into the bath, Scales?
No, I'm fine, I'm fine.
Are you shy?
Basically, as quickly as I can, I strip off the last of my clothing and jump in the water.
Did you make a big ass splash when you did it?
He does make a big splash, and he gets in there fast enough to where you really can't get a good look at his body as he's getting in, because you try, because like as I would imagine Evan would do, would try to turn around and get a peek at the goods. But before he's so like Scales is so self-conscious and then like sexually awkward that he just kind of jumps in the bath as fast as possible so he could find some bit of like decent cover of his body.
Then I'm just gonna laugh and just shake my head when I get in. I'm like, could you run any faster? I don't think you got the whole room wet.
Say as I'm washing myself, I do seem particularly concerned with the scar on my chest. Well, lovely. I knew battle scars were going to happen, but I didn't think this quickly.
Don't worry, you'll just have more ladies after you. It's a good thing.
In case you haven't noticed, that isn't exactly my primary concern.
Well, it ought to be a concern eventually, right?
Kind of just avoid the question entirely.
Scales, that's not an answer.
Yes, I'm aware.
That's it? Just gonna dodge the question?
It's not exactly high on my list of priorities.
Maybe I just need to get you some experience to change your mind. I'm sure there's a brothel around somewhere. I'll have to ask.
I politely decline, thank you.
Nope.
Uh,
I can't in good conscience let such a wonderfully attractive dragonborn go without any sort of fun.
You just see red and awkwardness washing over, like an in between, switching in between like different emotions all over Scales' face of just pure awkwardness and pure like just embarrassment.
Kind of just
Scales.
keep my head down and keep watching myself quietly.
You know, girls love horns and tails.
In your case, perhaps.
Oh, don't sell yourself short. They'd go for you more than me. Remember, I'm just a dirty little devil.
Yes, and I am a freakishly tall dragon.
You're also much more attractive than I am. And younger. A lot younger.
You're also much more charismatic than I am in that regard.
No, you just need a little practice.
Unless you look at character sheets, in which case my charisma actually is higher.
Aw.
Weirdly enough.
You just don't know how to use it yet.
What's your wisdom?
My wisdom?
That just doesn't make sense to me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You have a higher
My-
charisma.
My wisdom's 11.
Okay,
Yay.
so you wouldn't know how to be charismatic. You just know, like, you would become. I would imagine if you were to actually practice being charismatic, you would be a natural at it. I would say, because you have because out of everybody in the party, I'm sure you have the highest charisma. Unless Althea has like a fucking 20 or something like that I don't know
I have
about.
a 12.
Yeah, you're the most charismatic of the three, but you just aren't. You don't have enough experience in a thing to where you can actually use your charisma. That's how I'm justifying that character
That
personality
makes sense
trait.
to me.
Some people can be naturally charismatic, but if they don't know how to use it, then anyway. So you are splashing around, enjoying your baths, having awkward conversations. I'm sure Althea is enjoying hers in silence.
Maybe she just hears me talking really loud through the walls.
You just hear kind of like
She's
muffled.
praying to Artemis to help her get through this. It's not silence, she's actually praying.
She's having a much more peaceful bath, though. It's not an awkward conversation about you. I need to get you laid, Scales.
Either way, I finish up bathing as pretty much as quickly as I can. Thoroughly, but still. And kind of
Are you gonna
shuffle out of
put?
the water.
Do you have an extra set of clothes, or are you just gonna put on the tattered clothes you already had?
For now, I'm going to put on the tattered clothes until I get a replacement.
All
Well, I'm
right.
obviously going to put on one of my new sets of nobleman's clothing.
You're talking about the ones you commissioned the tailor to do? They didn't get done yet.
They haven't been done yet?
No. He gave you like a timeline, like it was like tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
God damn it. Why must it take so long?
Well, you're having them do custom clothing for you instead of just buying an outfit from them like you could have. You wanted to make special clothing for you.
Either way, I'm just kind of standing off in the corner, redressing myself.
You see Dragon Tail and Dragon Butt in a corner while he's facing away. His
So,
scales looking especially shiny while wet.
if I was more of an asshole, I'd slap your ass just to make you nervous.
As if I'm not already.
Well, it would be more fun.
For who?
Well, for me, obviously.
Yes, of course.
Oh, don't worry. I'll find a way to get you out of your shell. And I'm just going to walk over to him naked and just pat him on the shoulder. He'll be fine.
You feel the heat of a wet, naked man behind you, Scales, as he kind of just pats you on the shoulder and assures you that everything's going to be okay, one way or another.
Meanwhile, I'm going to look for my pants
And try to not look at my dick again?
and try to keep mine covered.
That would be difficult. Make a deck. Let me see. What would that even be to be able to
Animal
hide?
handling?
Animal handling.
Animal handling for the fucking
Make a sleight of
python?
hand check to try to be able to hide your incredibly large dragon member.
Fucking,
Roll the hide
Stealth
dick.
check.
fucking animal handling for the fucking python I'm carrying around.
Roll the hide penis.
Well, fuck.
Make a. I guess what would be? It's different. I forgot. I want to say spot, but it's not a spot. It's
So if I'm rolling sleight of
perception
hand,
check. Make a perception check versus his sleight of hand.
oh,
Sleight of hand or stealth, whichever one's
Nat
higher, but it's
20.
the same one. You rolled a
First
natural 20.
Yeah.
I rolled a total of 4.
Yeah, no, Abaddon, you're able to easily see him trying to hide this, like, larger than yours python dangling between his legs.
Damn, Scales, I thought I was big.
It's nothing.
I mean, that is something. That is a lot of something. I'm kind of jealous, actually.
He's practically, like, face to face with it, kind of inspecting it. That is something.
I'm not going to be that.
What is that?
I might
Okay.
be, like, really obviously, like, staring down at it.
Alright, okay, I'm not gonna make...
I'm not going to
Abaddon's-
touch it. I'm not going to invade his personal space that much.
You already invaded my personal space by walking up to me naked.
I said that much. I have limits.
However, small they are.
It's
If
nothing.
Uriel was here, she'd be smacking the shit out of me to make me stop. But, you know,
Yes, you would.
girlfriends in another continent.
Just kind of hurriedly pull on my underwear and my pants as quick as I can.
Now I know the ladies will love you.
Say, having done that, I kind of stop and actually look at my clothing. I might need to go and visit the tailor.
Just a little.
You all finish up your baths and get dressed and make your way back downstairs. Althea again dressed like a slut. In her
This time her
tall
hair's
black-
back to a mess. She just has it pulled up in the ponytail that she usually has it in.
I'm gonna grab her by the shoulders and get a brush, and I'm gonna fix her hair.
You were grabbed basically, surprisingly, completely before you had the chance to react and dragged to a chair. As your hair starts being combed by Abaddon.
Can't have your
Really? I
outfit
have
be?
to-
Shush. Your outfit is wonderful. It's amazing, but you can't have your hair be a mess. The whole thing has
It's
to
not a
work
mess.
together.
It's-
Did you put your makeup back on, Althea?
No.
Oh my god.
I didn't know I was supposed to.
Yeah. It's all part of the act. You have to go in it. You have to do everything. You have to do it complete. Let me do this. And then I'm going to turn her around in the chair, and I'm going to go get the makeup, come back, and I'm going to...
Start doing
that
her
done.
makeup.
When she leaves the room, Althea's gonna look over at Scales and go, "Why? Why?"
Ah,
And then before you can
Sorry.
answer, I'm already back and turning your face towards me and doing your, like, eyeliner and eyeshadow and blush and everything.
We actually have 2 viewers. That's awesome.
And then I'm gonna, like, be squishing her cheeks to pucker her lips and putting on the lipstick. So you're not trying to talk right now.
well, 2 of you have fun. I'm going to go visit the tailor.
See, Scales kind of begin making his way out the door to head towards the tailor. As you exit the door, it's definitely getting later in the day. It's probably about 6 p.m. ish, 6:30.
Hmm, better make this quick.
You rush down to the marketplace, and as you approach the tailor's shop, you see that he's like outside, messing with the door, like he's getting ready to lock up for the night.
Kind of run up. Oh, whoa, excuse me. Hold on.
Oh, it's you again. Where is that? Where is that tiefling and the wood elf you were with?
Um, they're getting her ready for her date. I don't suppose you could open for just a moment. I kind of need a replacement for my clothing.
He kind of looks you up and down, and he goes, "Hmm. Yes, you do. Come inside, and I'll see if I have anything that might fit a beast of your size."
All right.
He unlocks the door and lets you back inside. And yeah, you enter the familiar tailor shop, and there's plenty of commoners' clothes. There's some in the back that are more uh, uh, fancier, like more like they'd be more made of nicer material and just look overall more expensive.
All right. Well, whatever you have that'll fit me and this tail.
You're definitely not going to be able to find loose-fitting clothing.
Well,
He looks
as
at
long
you
as it
again. It's like,
fits.
well, I need you to remove your clothes so I can get proper measurements.
No, why didn't I go with them?
Very well.
I'm sorry.
Kind of step away, like off towards the back and disrobe.
You feel like you get that sense that you feel like he's gonna follow you into the dressing room to disrobe, but he's just still waiting out there politely like any actual normal person would do. But because of your experience with Abaddon, you just felt like there was someone breathing down your neck the entire time.
Darn it.
Kind of turn around like you think there's gonna be someone there, and there's just like you see maybe his like the top of his head over like the door that's covering like that the entrance to the dressing room. He's just like standing way back where he let you in, waiting for you to get your measurements.
Well, I remove as much as necessary then, because I'm pretty sure I don't need to take my underwear off.
Oh no.
And kind of step out, like, all right, here I am.
Come, step on the platform, and I will take your measurements, your arm length, your leg length, and perhaps I could tailor something for that tail. Uh, Yes, quite. Stand on this platform, and he points to like one of those circular platforms you would see in like a regular tailor shop nowadays, where people would stand up and they'd stitch things and all that.
Step up onto it and kind of hold my arms out and stand with my legs a bit spread.
He, begins stretching like measurement tape across like this fabric-made measurement tape, but there's like no actual markings, but he's just using it for reference of how much fabric and everything you would basically need to actually find something to fit you. And he kind of like wraps around your thighs. You could feel like you kind of twitch because you've been trauma shocked by just within like the past hour of just things you just not used to experiencing, people touching you and people seeing you naked. And so you're just very on edge at this point and awkwardly twitchy. And he finishes up your measurements just like, well, I think I may have one thing for you.
All
For
right.
a larger gentleman, but because you are a larger person, thing, beast, again, whatever you are, it should fit.
So
And he goes
rude.
towards the back and pulls out a. Uh, it's more ornate or more like luxurious than what you would expect it to be because you're not used to buying things like that. But it's a what looks like silk, but it has like the sheen of silk, or maybe even velour, and it's black robes with uh, what looks like golden filigree and like patterns on it. It's like like kind of, I don't know how to describe it. Like a lot of like
Fancy
swirls.
fucking robes.
Yeah, it looks pretty fancy.
I'm so
Like, he kind of brings
fancy.
up and holds it up to you. He's like, well, this is the only thing I have, but I can cut a hole in the area and hem it up real nice, and it will allow for your tail to stick out.
Very well. How much will this cost me?
He looks at you, and you can kind of see him pondering, like he's thinking of what he would actually charge, because he probably doesn't necessarily know what to do about this situation, considering that you came to him at closing, but you've already dealt with him once before, and he's kind of scared of you at the same time. He looks back at the robe. 20 gold.
20 gold. Yes, I can do that.
Right, and this is just for a return customer. This isn't the type of deal I'd give to a regular one-timer.
Well, I very much appreciate that. Thank you. It's on such short notice, I know.
Well, I need the money to fix my damaged floor from the armor earlier.
Yes, I apologize again for that.
He begins to he takes the nice robes and begins to go back to his tailoring like work table to what looks like he's removing this area to where your tail would stick out and stitching it up, and then he like hands it to him. He's like, "Go try these on."
Step over into the dressing room and pull it on as best I can, since it is a little different than I'm normally used to.
And they're not as loose as what you would expect them to be. They're a little bit more form-fitting, but because you remember that it was made for an actual larger human, I would say, like on the taller side, so it fits a little bit snugger. But you could tell that it was originally made to be something a little more loose and comfortable. It's not uncomfortable, like it's not like skinny jeans on your legs, but it's definitely more
It's
form
not
fit
like
than what you'd
before
expect.
where I wore a baggy shirt and pants.
Right. It's just more form fitting, and uh, it's very nice fabric. You feel it cresting your scales, and you almost enjoy the feeling like you've never had something this nice before as clothing.
All right. Well, this isn't too bad. And step out, kind of holding my arms out. Does it look all right?
He looks at you again. And it looks very nice on you. I'm glad I found that for you. Just remember where to find me whenever you want some more.
Oh, I can assure you we will return.
The name is Odell. Come back and see me at any time.
Of course. Thank you again. Go over and set the gold on the counter and hurry back to the tavern.
And like, as you're like fast walking there, you kind of like are digging your new clothes, and you kind of like have a little bit of a hop in your step, like kind of like I wouldn't say a pimpling or something like that, but you can feel yourself walking differently because you realize you look a lot nicer than what you usually would. So you kind of feel good like that. You know that saying, if you feel good, or if you feel good, you look good, or like if you look good, you feel good, stuff like that. You know what I
Kind of
mean?
like walking with my chest out a bit, my back
Yeah,
up.
you have a little bit more confidence. Like you feel a little bit more confidence. It's like, yeah, I have some nice clothes, and like you get some actual looks from like random commoners, like like more of like not as fear as what you're used to, but like just curiosity and interest because you're dressed in more uh, uh, special clothing, so they might think you're someone important.
Oh, but they don't think that with me in my fancy clothing. I'm
You're a
just
thief.
scary no matter what.
Yeah, but you're a tiefling. That kind of offsets it.
You're a dragon!
Okay, and they don't really have negative images of dragons, but they do of tieflings. You look like Satan.
But I'm Satan Dad, remember?
Either way, I'll
You're Abaddon.
return to the tavern then.
Okay, well
You
then
see-
Abaddon is still gonna be working on Althea. Now I'm like adjusting her dress and making sure it's all perfectly aligned.
And you see, as you walk in, you see her like as she's like aligning her dress. You hear him giving him her last second coaching tips on, you know what you could have did better with when you had your hand on his chest. You should have been a little bit closer, like higher up on his chest, and you had to get closer to his face. And just kind of like whisper into his ear, and place little pecks on the cheek. Just random flirtation, like coaching notes, and you can just see the pure awkward, like look on Althea's face of just like, I don't want to do this.
And don't forget, when you're standing, make sure your butt sticks out a little bit. Like just arch your back so that your butt pops.
All right. Say in the process of this, I kind of just walk up and stand behind Abaddon watching.
As you stand behind him, Althea, you take notice of his new digs. You are kind of surprised and kind of impressed at the same time. Like, very nice clothes, and Abaddon hasn't quite taken notice yet because he's too focused on the task at hand, but...
So Althea will look past Abaddon like she's looking at something else.
So I'm gonna see what she's looking at.
You turn around and there's like basically dragon crotch in your face because I'm sure you're kind of like on your knees, kind of adjusting the skirt a little bit. And you turn around and as you're looking up, there's just dragon, just a big, tall dragon. You're at crotch level and he's just wearing nice black robes with silver ornate filigree all over it. Or gold? Did I say gold? Yeah, it's gold.
Gold.
Damn. Well, you're ready to go get some ladies.
It's a bit last minute, but it's all he had that would fit me.
I'd say that's pretty damn good for all he had. So, are we ready?
As ready as we're going to be, I think. Althea?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
You're gonna do great.
As you are exiting the broken oar, you remember that there's like only 3 bars that they could possibly go to tonight during the bar hops. And you get this feeling that there's probably more places they could possibly go, like underground things, kind of like when you just found out that there was an underground fight club and all that. So you kind of don't want to just count on the 3 places they could be. But what would you like? Where would you like to go first, as far as trying to find the Grogret brothers?
Any suggestions?
What's the most popular bar in the city?
I would say the Stumbling Satyr, because that is where the most, because it's in the center of town and of the presidential district. There'd definitely be more people going in and out.
That would probably be the best place to start, is at the biggest bar in town.
All right, well, let's see if we can find it.
And remember, as we're approaching the bar, we need to find like a nearby alleyway we can hide into where we're gonna lure them.
Yeah, as you guys are walking down the main street that leads from the Broken Oar to towards the town square of where the Stumbling Satyr is at, you take note of possible alleyway locations. This is the residential area is very congested in terms of housing. There's lots of like most of the pathways are just alleys to different housing areas, and just the only main street through the town is the one that you're on, and the rest it's like wall to wall houses until you get to like the town square where you see that same platform where the 3 people were originally burned alive and executed. You see that the town square has actually gotten more busier. Like you see patrons and common folk just kind of having conversations, having a good time. You see quite a bit around the front of the Stumbling Satyr. You see, drunken people having a good time.
All
Alright.
right. Well,
So,
I suppose I should start scanning the crowd and see if anybody sticks out.
Make a perception check.
I'll look as well.
I need perception checks for all who would like to make a perception check.
Dicks. Well, I don't see shit.
Roll a 1.
I might see
I rolled
something.
So
I rolled a 19 total.
Althea?
Uh, 13.
Yeah, no, Scales, you take note, take notice of some, you see a couple half-orcs within the crowd entering the bar. You don't know if they could possibly be who you're looking for, but out of the crowd, they're the only half-orcs that you've seen.
Hmm. I don't know if there are targets, but I do see a couple of them. A couple of half-orcs.
think we can get close enough to tell without being noticed.
They just stepped into the bar.
Well, we probably shouldn't be seen all together going into the bar and then the two of us leaving. That would probably be a bit suspicious.
Very well.
I'll
Just
think
walk over to the bar.
Yeah, if you we'll be in this alleyway, and we're going to point toward a nearby alley. We'll be waiting over there if that's
She's
them.
leaving her hammer and shield with Abaddon and walking over to the bar.
I'm going to take their hammer and shield. Good luck!
So it's just Althea that's going in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just Althaea. And we're going to...
Althea, as you kind of walk through the crowd of people that are out front of the stumbling satyr, you get a few whistles and hoots because most people would suspect you as a prostitute. You get a couple slaps on the ass and like people asking you how much and all that, and I imagine you either ignore them or keep moving as you enter the main the stumbling satyr proper, and you see a very congested bar. You see behind the bar there is a high elven man uh, pouring drinks. You're looking for the half orcs, and go ahead and make me another perception check to see if you can find the half orcs.
21 total.
Yes, no, you could see the you could see two half orcs at the front, one shorter than the other one, and both of them seem to have like opposite like color schemes to their clothes. They're dressed in very nice clothes. One's more of a goldish hue to their ornate robes, and then one has more of a silver hue. Each one has like opposite matching feather earrings. One with a mohawk. One is shaven complete. The taller one shaven completely bald. You can see them kind of like leaning over the table, whispering to the high elven the barkeep.
So I'm going to find somebody at the bar who looks like they know a lot. And
You approach the bar.
I will tap them on the shoulder. Just a random person who looks like they know.
You tap a random patron. He is a halfling male. He just kind of like he's like kind of leaned up against the bar, like kind of like holding like literally like leaned up against his Stein mug, and he kind of just like looks over his shoulders. Yes, what? Do I know
I'm
you?
looking for two brothers, half orcs.
He kind of looks at you and just kind of looks around the bar. You mean those two over there?
Oh, yes.
I mean,
didn't
they're
see
the
them.
only half orcs in this place. I can only imagine that's them. He just kind of says it in like a weird, sarcastic, like, "Why are you bothering me with this stupidity, like attitude? Like, I don't know you. Get away from me, you hooker."
The inner monologue right now is if I wasn't trying to seduce two people, I would punch you through that counter.
And he just kind of turns back to his mug of ale and just begins to drink it.
So I will walk down to where the two half orcs are talking to the barkeep. Inner monologue going, how would Abaddon do this? How would Abaddon do Oh, I think I got it.
Oh,
You walk up and you hear them having a conversation, and the shorter, younger looking one of the other brothers is saying, Well, Kimerick, how's the satyr shine tonight? And he just kind of looks over, and is like, well, Lord Krog, it is very fine indeed. Shall I give you a couple drinks? Me and Kronk need plenty to drink tonight. We're having another bender. He's kind of like you can see like this disgust in the high elven man. Like you can tell he doesn't like him, but he has to respect them because of who they are. And he says, "Quite indeed, I will have these sent to your usual spot in the back corners of the room." Yeah, the older one pipes up, "Oi, the back corner of the room.
So
Kronk."
before they can turn around and move, Althaea will take a deep breath and then step up and run a hand up one hand up either one's arm.
Oh dear.
Either one, so you're just kind of like coming in between them, just
Stepping
kind
in the
of.
middle of them, and she's stepping in the middle of them and then running hands up their arms to their shoulders.
They kind of just like they both shrug you off at the same time as, "Who are you to touch nobles like us?
I was sent for you.
Sent for us."
As a treat.
Krog, the older one, kind of looks at you and says in a deep voice, "Who sent you?"
I'm not supposed to tell. That's a secret. Gives a little cute flutter of her eyelashes and a wink.
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh, God. $18 on the die plus 1, so that's a 19.
Yes.
He looks at you. "Look, you tot, I don't have time for whores like you. Besides, I'm not into women anyway." And he walks away towards his, the older one, Krog walks away, and towards the back corner booth, and he turns back around to Krog. "Are you coming or what?"
Well then.
I should have gone.
He rolled a 19 on the die.
God damn. So what about the other one? Is he convinced?
He is ignoring Althea altogether and walking with his older brother towards the back corner, enjoying their Seder Shine drinks and having a grand old time, kind of talking to themselves in a few very. You kind of recognize a couple of them from like the marketplace, like they're like higher up market. What should I say? Yeah, yeah. Like they're kind of talking business and enjoying themselves.
So
And you feel kind of like you feel your like confidence kind of almost nearly sucked out of you, that you were brushed off, but at the same time you realize that he basically said he was a homosexual, and but you feel a little better, but it's just like, damn, I thought I had him.
She's gonna volunteer one of us for something.
Oh yeah, she'll walk down, find you in the alleyway, and look at Abaddon and go, "Your turn, they like boys."
Both of them?
I'm pretty sure they both ignored me.
He's more well dressed than I am. I'm still wearing these ratty ass clothes.
You are not getting me to do this.
You see Scales like standing like he's like red faced, blushing. He's like, "No, I'm not doing that."
If
Well,
I have to dress like this and they turn me down and you're dressed like that, get your butt in there and do this.
Make an intimidation check versus. Skills, go ahead and I guess make.
That 20.
All right, never mind then. Well,
She's
no,
gonna
I'll give him a
intimidate
chance to
both
roll
of
an
us.
actual 20. I'm trying to figure out what kind of check he should make opposed to intimidation.
That would be a will save.
Well, there's no will. Okay, just go ahead and make.
I guess a
There's an
wisdom
overall-
save could work.
It would be wisdom.
Go ahead and make a wisdom save, Scales.
Why is
So
she?
if I don't roll a nat 20 here,
Yeah, basically, if you don't roll a natural 20, I'm giving you the opportunity to not be intimidated by Althea.
yep, nope, I rolled a 6.
Yeah, no, you feel like the fear of the fear that women can strike into a man's heart just by yelling at them. You kind of just like get that same chauvinistic wi- women like anger, but also frustration and fluster that you're being
I'm just
forced
gonna
into this.
shove her axe and shield back into her hands and walk off. And also shove my staff in her hands, like, okay, you don't have to freak out. Hopefully they don't mind the clothes, but
I don't know. I think I might have something that would help that.
okay.
Well, if anybody's got prestidigitation, you can fix it.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
You are looking ratty as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they're into ratty. Okay, so did you learn anything about how to flirt with them from?
Oh, yeah, I did a lot of flirting. I had plenty of guys looking at me. They just didn't like me.
I'm talking about the brothers. Like, did anything, any sort of indication whatsoever of what kind of flirtation method I should use?
Direct.
Okay.
Don't touch.
Don't touch.
The oldest doesn't
Direct.
like to be touched.
I'm gonna walk in and say, "Hey, wanna fuck?"
So you both walking into the bar, or is it just you, Abaddon?
Oh, no, I'm going to hand my weapons to Scales and tell her to stay here. I want to see this.
Poor Scales.
I'm just
Scales,
staying there in the alley, like, what the fuck even?
And as you guys both enter, you look around the room looking for the brothers, and they're nowhere to be found. It seems that in that time of discussion that they had drank their drinks and left.
Well, fuck.
Okay. So, what's the nearest bar?
The only other two bars are Poseidon's Rest and the Broken Oar.
Well, I imagine Poseidon's Rest is closed right now, considering the
considering
owner is
that you,
dead.
Well, considering that Lady Pristine said she would have that taken care of, I wouldn't imagine it would be actually closed.
Under new management.
Oh,
Basically, I'll just let you in that it's under new management.
and,
Holy shit!
check Poseidon's Rest.
Oh, wow, the quality went down really
Yeah,
bad.
it dropped hella bad.
So, off we go.
Actually, I would like to make a suggestion. As soon as the thing wants to chill its shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Uh,
I would actually like to approach the two of them and make a suggestion.
Okay, so Scales in his nice robes approach both you, Abaddon and Althea, let you both know that I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay, I'm listening.
I can't believe I'm even saying this, but if what Althea said is true, and they are only attracted to men, if there are only 2 bars left in town, then wouldn't it be better for Abaddon to go to one and I go to the other?
And I can go back to the broken oar and get back into my armor.
So whoever's going to the Broken Oar would be going with one of the boys.
Well, I'm gonna go to Poseidon's Rest. So.
So Abaddon's going to Poseidon's Rest, so that means Scales is going to the Broken Oar.
Which means we also need to establish if one of us finds them and manages to get them to come along, we need to establish where to bring them.
We're gonna meet at some sort of alleyway that is exactly between the two. So it's somewhere easy to reach from either location.
All right, where would be the easiest place for us to meet up? Because in this instance, if you meet them, Abaddon, you won't be able to contact us.
Let's put it like this. it should be me who confronts them. No offense, Scales, but between you and me, I'd be better at flirting.
Yes, but there's no guarantee you'll be the one who confronts them.
Yeah, I
And you
know.
also, if
Scales, you also feel slightly annoyed the fact that she just wrote you off, or Abaddon just wrote you off, like without even giving you a chance at the same time. You're like, what the fuck? Like I'm the one, and you kind of get that feeling of I'm better dressed than he is. What is he? What is that supposed to mean? You are taking a lot of pride in your new clothes.
Jesus Christ.
Regardless, we need to establish somewhere to meet.
Oh.
The less
well,
public, the better.
What's the most abandoned place that's roughly in the middle between the two?
I would say that because of where Poseidon's Rest is and where the Broken Oar is, it'd probably have to just be like the back alleyways towards like the front, or towards like the gate that leads to the market district, and so like right in that center line, there's like an alleyway on both sides of the gate.
Okay, so alleyway near the gate to the market district. Sound good?
Very well.
Alright.
Best of luck to you.
I hope you were paying attention when I was giving her instructions. Just minus touching. Apparently they don't like that.
Yes, well, I have my own ideas for an approach to it as well.
So do I.
Alright, I suppose Althea and I will go off to the Broken Oar, I guess.
And I'll go off to Poseidon's Rest.
All right, we'll start with Abaddon. Abaddon, as you kind of step up towards the front of Poseidon's Rest, kind of nervous and sheepish because you of the recent events that had taken place there. You kind of afraid to go in there because you don't know what you're gonna run into. Like, is there gonna be guards there looking for somebody, or is there gonna be any kind of trouble? But you make your way in, and you take notice that it is actually a busy bar. Like you almost kind of thought it'd be closed. You almost thought there'd be nothing going on there. But there is a new barkeep uh, at the front. He's like facing away towards the back of the bar, kind of like going through some glasses, cleaning them. There's various sailors. Kind of just being loud and belligerently, just kind of yelling at each other from across the bar, belching out curses at each other, just having a grand old time.
Alright, so shall I do a perception check to see if I can see the brothers in there?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay, what is 16.
There are no half orcs that you could see in the room.
I went to the wrong one.
Scales and Althea, you enter you head
Maybe
back
start going to the other place then. While we're there in the
You just
middle.
gotta leave and go to the other place.
Oh.
You just turn right around, like you kind of, and then as you kind of turn around, you kind of like catch glances of people who's like, that was weird. And
I'm gonna run to the other place, by the way. So
All
hopefully
right.
I'll make it.
Althea and Scales, you enter the Broken Door once more after making the same trip back, and you see that the Broken Door has gotten a little bit more busy. Like it's nightfall now. There's people going out to drink and have a good time. You see Beaterell, Onetter, handing out drinks at the bar. It's not as busy as the main square that you recognize, but it has definitely picked up business. Both of you go ahead and make a perception check to see if you could see any half-orcs around.
18 total.
Nat 20.
Do
Damn.
not see any half-orcs around.
Shit.
Are there other
They
bars?
go home for the night?
And at this point in time, you kind of see Abaddon bolting in the door behind you. He's like huffing and puffing, like, oh fuck, oh, I'm too old for this kind of look. Like,
Making an old man run.
before you have any kind of chance to actually walk out of that bar, you're just kind of standing there confused. Where could they possibly gone? Slams the door opens, and then there's just Abaddon just dying.
So I take it they weren't at Poseidon's Rest either.
No. Fuck. Brothel, maybe? I should be in better shape than this.
If they're out for a night of debauchery, then alcohol would only be the first step.
Okay, I'm good.
What if, and this is just an idea, what if there's a place just like the underground fight club?
Would we even have a way to look?
That is entirely
I don't
possible.
know. We would probably have to ask around, but that's the only other thing I can think of because they did tell the barkeep at the other place, the first place we went to, that they were on for a night of debauchery. They were on a bender.
Well, half-orcs are typically known for having a strong bloodlust. It wouldn't surprise me if they attended a fight club.
Well, we have any idea where this fight club is?
Well, we
Well,
know where the fight club is because we went there already.
Was that an underground fight club? I thought that was like an official thing.
No, that was definitely underground as hell.
Okay.
It was like hidden in the
Make note
back
of that.
warehouse district, kind of. Yeah, it was in the back warehouse district before no one could like actually see
And
what was going
Althea's
on.
already fought in the fight club, so
that would propose two ideas then.
I'm gonna go upstairs and get back into my armor and leave the dress on the bed. I'm done with the dress.
She comes out of the dressing room adorned in her armor, like she's feeling more comfortable, less like a hoe. And you're kind of disappointed, Abaddon. Like, oh, like what a wasted opportunity.
dibs on the
She
dress.
still has nice hair and makeup on, but she's just not wearing the dress.
It's alright, I got plans for that dress.
And then
Not for me.
Scales, you kind of feel you're not sure why, but you feel slightly disappointed too. Like you kind of liked her in the dress, but you don't know how to describe that feeling, so you don't know what that feeling is, other than just you recognize it as disappointment. Just don't know why you're disappointed.
I kind of just shrug it off and like shake my head. All right, so we have two options here. Either they're going to a fight club, either to bet or participate, or they could be trying to find a brothel.
So, I think Althea would be best to go to the fight club due to her previous experience there and kicking ass. And,
I suppose the two of us should head to the brothel then.
yep. Yay! You're gonna have fun, Scales.
All right, I suppose we'll keep the same meeting location, though if Althea finds them, I don't see how she's going to... Actually, that gives me a thought. If she finds them in the fight club, she could try and provoke them into a challenge.
A mischievous grin that has not been seen on her face before will pop up on her face.
I take that as you'd be more than willing to challenge.
Oh, yeah.
So are you all gonna? So where is everybody heading precisely?
Abaddon
Althea's
and I are
going to fight club.
and Abaddon and I are going to find the whorehouse.
All right. So basically, what I'm gonna need from you two are investigation checks to see if you can find information of where a whorehouse might be. And Althea, you're heading to the fight club that you originally fought in.
Yep.
Investigation is intelligence.
15.
22.
Damn.
Through combined efforts, you were able to find rumors that there is indeed a brothel towards the hidden back area of the warehouse district. You kind of listen to the description, you kind of realize that's very close to where the fight club is.
Oh, so we'll be close together then. So we end up going in the same direction.
Like you're further behind Althea. For all you knew, she's already there, but she's you're just kind of heading in the same direction. Althea, you eventually make your way to the fight club. You're kind of scanning the crowd, and go ahead and make a perception check.
19.
You don't see like you see half orcs around because they're attracted to this sort of bloodshed. You see the crowd is quite large. You see a battle ensuing in the pits below, but you don't recognize the brothers from before at all. And then shortly thereafter, while you're scanning, Abaddon and Scales do catch up behind you.
Hi,
What?
Althea.
She'll just wave and she's still scanning the crowd.
So, I guess we can meet near here somewhere since the whorehouse seems to be in this area.
Well, it doesn't look like they're in here. I haven't seen them anyway.
So do you want to keep looking in the Fight Club, or do you want to come with us to the brothel? Help us look. Find out where it is first.
You could definitely go looking throughout the district, or you could even ask some more people for directions around this area if you would like. Plenty of ways to go about finding this.
All right, then I will investigate and see if anybody here knows where it is.
All right,
That's
make an
exactly
investigation.
what I was gonna do.
I'm gonna do this. Everybody make investigation checks.
Exactly.
17.
19.
23.
God damn.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's
Dale.
that circlet of intelligence or whatever you got. No, yeah. Each person you talk to knows exactly what you're talking about and are very familiar with it. They kind of point back like towards the direction that heads deeper past the fight pits, back towards the very back of the direction. It says, yeah, the whole house is down that way. And he just like they go back to cheering immediately to the battle. It's like, yeah, cut his fucking head off.
All right, let's go.
You all meet back up as you're like heading towards the same direction.
If we're going to do this, I would advise that Althea be the one who waits outside. She's going to stand out a little bit too much.
And she's already tried, so.
I can wait for the bloodshed.
You get to hold the weapons.
As you approach the establishment, there are like magically like you could tell they're magical, and there's just like pink like flamed lanterns kind of like lighting up the front door of the building, and you can kind of like see from the glow of inside through one of the windows that's like covered, but you can tell from just the age that there's a spot that was peeking through, and you see that like the entire inside looks like there's like a pink lighting everywhere. You see two like thug guards standing at the front of the establishment, kind of there to keep the riffraff out and make sure everything's okay.
And I look like riffraff at the moment.
And I do not.
Yes, but I can prove I'm a noble, damn it.
I don't think they care.
You couldn't have checked on my clothes while you were getting yours?
He was closing. I didn't want to trouble him any more than I already was.
Yeah. Well, let's go.
Very well then.
Who's taking a point?
I'm gonna take point, I guess.
As you and Scales approach Abaddon, they both kind of like hold up their hands like, membership cards, please.
I don't need a membership card. Can I do it like my thing went dumb. Like a charisma check or something to see if I can talk them into letting us in without a membership card?
It would be a persuasion roll. Like, how are you going to persuade them into
I
doing
actually
that?
have one as well.
Yeah.
Or do you have an idea?
At least for me. If yours doesn't work, I have an idea for mine.
Yeah, go ahead and make a persuasion roll and tell me how you're going to persuade these guards who are just kind of stopping you, telling you membership cards.
I need to think of something clever to say. Fuck. I rolled good. I just need something good to say.
Tell me what you rolled.
18 plus
That's
a 5 to persuasion makes it a 23.
All right, go ahead and tell me how you're going to persuade them.
Damn it. my brain is being dumb. Can't they just go up and be like, do I look like I need a membership card? Aren't I sexy enough to come in?
They both look at you, and one kind of smiles and looks at the other, and he just kind of laughs. He's like, "You could definitely buy one if you like." And he kind of holds out his hand.
Okay, since that failed, I'll roll mine. God damn, this is a time for this.
Oh no.
Nat fucking 20 plus 4.
How are you going to persuade them into?
Membership? Do you two have any idea who I am? I could get the both of you with your heads cut off in a moment's notice if I wanted. How dare you?
And they kind of look back at you,
Are these
confused.
clothes enchanted?
No, you don't know that. You don't know if they are or not. But he looks back over at the guards. Kind of look at each other like, "Do you know this guy?" Like the look was like, "Do you know this guy?" Because I don't know this guy. They look back at you. It's like, "Look, we don't know who you are. We need membership cards. We could bypass it if you just weighed our purse a little bit."
How much?
He looks at the both of you. They both look at it. I was like, 50 gold each.
Highway fucking robbery.
It's a high membership. It's a high class, like very need to know place.
Institution.
Yeah. They keep out certain people. They keep people out for a reason.
Okay then, I would like to follow up my persuasion with an intimidation.
I was about to say the same thing.
All right.
So dual intimidation checks?
Are you gonna assist him in intimidation?
Yeah.
All right, then. If you're gonna assist him, Scales, just go ahead and take an intimidation check with an advantage. You are being
Alright.
assisted.
Wait, what's your bonus to intimidation?
6.
Okay, you're good.
God.
Yeah, I'm proficient in intimidation. With advantage, that's a 19 plus 6, so 25.
Damn.
How are you intimidating them?
Come now, boys. You two know how the nobles of this town can be. How pleased do you think they would be to find out that you held back a helper of theirs, a friend of theirs? I can't imagine it would work too well. You remember what happened the other day, don't you? Those 3 poor souls who were burned alive in front of everyone?
Do you have anything to add with the assist, Abaddon, just for flavor? Like any backup where it's like a hype guy? Ooh.
I mean, the smell of roasting flesh would be nice. Especially from these two. I bet they'd burn up real pretty.
Oh my God. Oh God. All right.
Are we killing you?
No. It's the fact of what they just rolled.
What did they roll?
I'm not telling you until afterwards. They both look at you, and they kind of laugh a little bit. The nobles have no hold here. 50 gold apiece. We'll get out of our face. They rolled a natural 20.
Oh my god. Gotta wrap
In other words, this is literally impossible without you making us both dirt poor.
It's not.
I'll
It's
go
not
in on
just,
my own.
It just makes sense to me that it'd be a very expensive place to buy yourself into.
If you give me 25 gold, I'll be the one to go in.
I mean, you could always persuade for a lower amount.
Well, I could try. Let's see what I would even roll on persuasion.
Let's skip that and just, I'm going to pay for myself.
I'm never gonna get money in this game, damn it.
I'm going to pay for myself with the added note of, very well. We'll see how long that attitude of yours works for you.
I'm gonna
Slam the
pay
gold in their
too.
hands, and they kind of just laugh. And did you pay it as well, Abaddon?
Yeah.
You hand over what little gold pieces you have left, and they kind of sarcastically open the doors enjoy your time.
Fuck
And
off.
as you enter, the a very aromatic, perfumey, like very like I don't want to say fruity because it's not really fruity, but it's like kind of like a lavendery smell, like fills the room. You see, uh, very plush. I want like more like a not necessarily a beanbag chair, but uh,
Now back
Pillow chairs,
yeah,
in
pillow
Rob.
chairs.
like they use in like India and the Indonesian area.
Yeah. There's like large pillow chairs filled with what looks like very high class people. Um, the room is like bright pink and like just like lit very highly lit up from the magical flamed lanterns, and you see very like noble-esque looking people, high class people puffing on what looks like hookahs at the front of each of their pillow couch things. You see various good-looking women like hanging all over them, and you are approached by a tiefling woman.
Well, that's a surprise.
Uh, she
Is
kind
she
of
hot?
approaches. She is very attractive. She is very attractive, wearing very frilly like see-through black lingerie-esque style, like not quite showing the goods, but she's like got like a tight black corset on and everything. It's kind of like has like a see-through, lacy look to it. She kind of approaches you with kind of like a saunter. Welcome to Siren's Pleasures.
Well, you're the prettiest face I've seen since I came to this town.
She kind of looks you up and down. Not too often I see one of my own kind here.
Well, I'm not complaining about the view.
She kind of holds out her hand in like kind of like the kind of way that like like what you see when people like hold out their like ladies hold out their hands like you're expecting them to like lift up their hand and kiss it, kind of like one of those. You know what I'm talking about, right? And she
Think
kind of
The
holds,
mobster. Think mob boss.
yeah. And she kind of holds out her hand and is like, "The name is Siren. I am the owner of this fine establishment.
so I'm gonna take her hand and kiss it.
Make a
Abaddon.
perception. Adam, make a perception check as you go down to do this.
Perception?
Yes.
19.
As you go down to kiss the top of her hand, you kind of notice on the front end of her forearm, you recognize a very familiar mark, like a burn scar almost. Uh, you recognize it as the one you have of your own of Asmodeus.
A fellow follower. That's even more surprising, my lady.
She kind of brings back her hand and kind of like crosses her arms. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nothing at all.
In the middle
No
of this, I kind of
judgments.
reach over and elbow Abaddon, like, focus
I am focused.
on the wrong thing.
She's a very beautiful woman.
And we
You
have
see,
urgent
you
matters
see
to
like
attend to.
the most cocky, like even more cockier than Abaddon smile just across her face, as she's just basically being worshipped by Abaddon in terms of just like, oh my God, she's so hot. Like, like the kind of hot that it almost you have to remind yourself that you're committed to with someone else.
I still go to brothels occasionally.
That she
Anyway,
doesn't know. Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
is there? Can I offer you a booth? Perhaps some moon sugar. Perhaps a lady of pleasures.
well, actually, I was more interested in a half-orc man or two. Can you provide for that?
She goes to think for a moment and she goes, I don't have any servants in the way of half orcs.
but do you have you had any patrons this evening as half orcs?
This is a very off the mark place to be, and I keep my clients' personal business personal.
Of course. Hmm. Well, Abaddon, you're doing so well. You want to try something here?
Well, surely you can help out a brother, right?
Make a persuasion roll.
21.
She smiles again. I suppose I could help out one of my own. I have a couple patrons in the back room. You may know them already. They're the brothers of the new nobles. They tend to come here every now and then and partake in my pleasures.
Oh,
Shall
that's a higher
I
score than I was
point you in the
expecting.
She just giggles. Shall I lead you to
Do
them?
Oh, yes.
She kind of takes you both by the like stands in between you and wraps her arms around you, both of you. Again, Scales, you feel that awkward feeling again. Go ahead and make a Constitution save.
Alright. Constitution save?
Actually, both of you make a Constitution save.
Oh, God. Oh, of course. 9. I have a
18.
raging boner.
You don't feel like you're getting erect. You just feel intoxicated, like Ab- not you, Scales, Abaddon, because you Scales made the save, but you feel like you're just like the overall atmosphere has kind of given you this euphoric feeling of just relaxation and good. You just feel really good and
I feel like I've
happy.
been drugged. I got
Essentially,
roofied.
like
No, you're just
the
getting a
sense.
secondhand high from all the people in here.
Yeah.
Scales, you were able to maintain your composure, but you were definitely feeling butterfly because all the beautiful women who are scantily dressed, if not dressed at all, and then you have a very attractive tiefling. Like you never looked at one in a sexual manner because the only one you've ever known has been an old perverted tiefling.
I'm not perverted, and I'm only like middle
You
aged.
fucked an old woman for potions. You're a pervert.
I was poor. I literally did not have enough money.
Anyway.
Althea, while you're waiting on the inside, you kind of are on the outside waiting for them by the. Well, I would imagine be closer towards the pits. I would imagine. Where exactly are you
I'm
waiting
kind of
for them?
standing in between the area of both, so I can keep an eye on both areas.
A very recognizable auditor, editor, not auditor, editor kind of approaches you. It's the same one that announced your fight from the last encounter with the pits. So you come to defend yourself in the pits again, I see.
Kind of was just waiting on some friends, but why? Who's challenging?
No one's quite challenging. Why else would you be here by the pits?
Because I'm waiting for two people that I would like to challenge, but they don't seem to be showing up anytime soon.
I see, I see. Well, I have plenty of gladiators ready to take you on if you ever get bored
Oh
standing
no,
in
I
that
have
spot.
two specific ones I'm waiting on.
All right, all right. Let me know.
Two
I'll be over.
half-orcs that I'm specifically waiting on.
Well, I've got a couple of half orcs over here. If you want, if you're talking about them,
Brothers.
brothers.
They're like the part of the Lord's group.
Are you referring to the Groga brothers of up north?
Yeah.
I think I may have seen them passing by the pits, but they went back towards the brothel. But they haven't passed by to see any of the fights. They kind of stood for a moment, but they pretty much beelined it for the brothel.
Hmm. I'll just stand here and wait for him to come out of the brothel then.
Well, if you
But
get
do let me know if
bored,
there's good money to be made tonight. I will gladly go in and fight.
there's always good money to be made in the arena. And you just
And
kind of,
everybody knows I like a good fight.
well, if you're ready for a challenge, come to me. You know where I'm at. He
Yes.
kind of begins to turn and walk away and head back towards the pit. Uh, Scales and Abaddon, like as you're walking, are taken through like a silk curtain, like, and then also there are like some beads hanging down behind it, like kind of you know what I'm talking about, and
Yeah.
you're walking through the back hallways of what you didn't originally notice. You just see the front end, but you see that there's like some VIP rooms hidden behind these curtains. There's like just like a long hallway of just rooms. There's like you can see like 6 doors in total. Three of them are open, and the other 3 are closed. It looks like they're in use. And she's got you both hooked around the arms. She's like, they're in the back left one if you want to go bother them in the midst of their debauchery, but could I entreat you in some debauchery of your own?
I'm more interested in their debauchery. It must be bad if we need a warning in a brothel.
She kind of just smiles at you and gets real close to your face, and kind of like brushes, like kind of like whispers in your, like not really whispers, but she kind of just like breathes into the side of your ear, like cresting with her lips. She is really flirting with you.
Maybe I'll come back for you after. So I'm gonna just touch the bottom of her chin and kind of blow a kiss at her with a wink. I'm a very attractive old man, okay?
Oh, you're doing fine. I'm enjoying this. I'm very well enjoying this.
That's more towards Scales. Me, an old pervert.
She kind of just giggles and like kind of lets go of both of your arms and winks at you as like I'll be waiting.
Take a moment to compose myself and walk ahead of Abaddon down to the door.
So I'm gonna follow him. Alright, so we got a specific plan for this, or
We
what?
need to approach this carefully. I can't imagine they're going to be too pleased with being interrupted.
Well, we can be polite and knock on the door. That'll be step 1, rather than busting in.
And if they don't answer,
Knock louder?
just give Abaddon a look like, really?
I'll strip down to my underwear and walk in with a couple of drinks.
If need be, I turn and knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and you don't initially get a reply. You just kind of hear just movement and just like light laughs and just kind of just like clinking of glasses. No initial response.
Okay, knock a little louder.
You hear like a thud, like when someone's knee hits the bottom of a table when they suddenly jump up, like you scared the fuck out of them. Who's there? Why are you bothering us?
Did they open the door, or are they yelling through the door?
Yelling through the door.
We're just interested in offering you our services, good sir.
Am I being charged extra for this?
Oh no, this one's on the house.
They just like quickly open the door and he just kind of like stands. You see like a naked Kronk, and Kronk is the short one with the mohawk for those who are curious or are confused. And he kind of just like opens the door, looks you up and down, and he looks over at the Dragonborn. Oi, why do you have clothes on?
And drop clothes. Well,
Do apologize. We only just got here. I'm hesitant as I am. I follow suit.
you gotta be confident. Be confident.
Don't
And he
push
kind
it.
of like watches you as like, yeah, that's more like it.
And then
I
we gotta.
love exotic creatures such as yourself. And he kind of just like grabs your both your wrists and pulls you inside, and you kind of like see a very
Oh dear.
almost foggy room because they're smoking a lot of moon sugar in there and drinking. There's plenty of glasses around, and there's like uh, a, I would say a wood elf male, like kind of like dancing on a platform, and he's already like naked, and then you see uh, Krog like in his own like individual like pillow chair couch thing, and he has another human male whore just like sitting on his lap, and basically they were just like enjoying a dance and a couple, whores on their shoulders.
So they're just getting a nice little strip tease
Basically, at
before
this
the
point.
main act comes in. I'm so sorry, Skip. Out of character, I'm so sorry.
Out of character, you so fucking owe me for this.
Oh god, I don't want to actually have sex with them.
Very well then.
No?
Lead the way, Abaddon.
So I'm actually gonna get up on the platform with the dancer in front of his brother, and I'm just gonna say real nice. I'm like, yeah, you can go. The main act is here. And I'm just gonna kind of look over at him and kind of wink.
He looks you up and like the wood elven male kind of looks you up and down and just kind of like in confusion because he doesn't know who you are. Like he doesn't recognize either one of you. Like he's trying to figure out if you're just new or if like there's something going on. And then he just kind of looks over his shoulder, walking away out of the room, like past you, Scales, and
Very well then. I think I'm going to try and, I guess, divert attention a little bit by ordering, say, a few more rounds of drinks for them.
all right. And how much gold's worth of drink? I guess so. We have a general idea of how much they're going to be drinking.
Let's say 40 gold worth.
You tell the servant that just left at the same time to do so, and he kind of nods and heads off towards the front end of the establishment.
Shall I start a sexy dance for them?
Make a performance check.
17.
Yeah, you're able to get a good little wiggle and move going. You definitely know your way around dancing pretty smoothly. You kind of see them watching, like smiling and watching you intently, but Kronk definitely has an interest in Scales as he's just kind of staring at Scales as he stands there, sort of awkwardly waiting for his role in the whole situation.
Kronk is the short one, right? With the mohawk?
Yes.
Okay. Is Krog the one that's sitting down right now?
He's sitting down. Well, they're both sitting, but Krog has another whore on his lap while so he's more paying attention going in between you, Abaddon, and his current human whore.
Scales, are you going to do anything, or would you like me to go again?
I suppose I'll approach the younger of the two. And what can I do for you this evening?
Let us enjoy this dance, and then we can get to the real fun. And he like pats his lap.
Kind of takes a moment to compose myself, but I do go along with it and just slide onto his lap.
He just like kind of like before you could actually lower yourself, he kind of just like pulls you down onto his lap, like without any actual he's very rough, and he kind of just like pulls you close and whispers in your ear. I've been here several times before. Are you new here?
Yes, started just this evening, in fact.
You also feel very uncomfortable because he does have an erection
Yeah.
You're blatantly sitting on her already.
Oh, God.
Yes, I'm new here. The Lady Siren thought it best to treat the two of you to her newcomers.
He kind of like
Job training.
he kind of like kisses up your neck and whispers in your ears like, "I love fresh meat."
And
Make a Constitution save just to make sure you can keep your composure.
Oh, if Althea was there, she would be laughing her ass off right now.
I told you this is gonna get really awkward. It's gonna get really bad.
Constitution save. That would be a 13.
You are beads of sweat coming out of the pores of your scales are just like dripping down your face, and just you don't know what to do. You are so embarrassed, and like you're in such an uncomfortable spot.
Fuck.
Kind of glance back at Abaddon, giving him a look like, well, help me out here.
So I kind of give like a sort of wave, like, come on, don't stop.
At this point in time, the same like a waiter that's she's scantily clad in like a bra and panties, lingerie thing, carrying a large tray of drinks, about 40 of what you spent on, and sits them onto the main table. And they kind of just like take one without any acknowledgement and just starts drinking.
So, wait a minute. Which one am I next to, Krog or Kong?
You're in the center of the room, like they're sitting in the
Oh,
chair.
that's like this. Which one is interested in me? Sorry, I keep getting names mixed up.
You're getting more looks from Krog, the older one.
Okay. So he's still getting his lap dance from his human, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And at this point in time, you see the human stand up, and he kind of like swats his butt and tells him to leave, and he immediately locks eyes on you.
Time for something more exotic, right? I'm gonna approach him with the sexy little swagger, I guess. And then volunteer myself to sit on his lap.
He kind of looks at you as you like begin to sit on his lap. He goes, "No, you know what I want."
Well, straight to business with you, isn't it? Oh God, how are we getting out of this situation?
I think the only way we're getting out of this situation, to put it bluntly, is if like something happens.
Maybe Althea's like, what's taking them so long?
Yeah, you do notice.
Thinking about going up to the door herself.
Yeah, Althea, you are definitely like, what is taking so long in there? And
so I will find spots on my armor area to attach their two stabs, and then I will walk towards the door.
All right, you approach the same two guards at the front and
oh,
halt.
good, she still has the makeup and the hair.
At the definitely the main door where the two guards are standing there waiting for anybody leaving or for anybody to approach, and they just halt you the same way. Membership card, please.
Really?
Yes.
Do I look like I have to have a membership card?
Yes,
She's on the same
you
shit
do.
we did.
Everybody needs a membership
And what if
card.
I say I'm not going to give you a membership card?
Then I'll say that you'll have to deal with us. I'll pay a brandish a membership card or step away. Unless he holds out
I'll
his hand
step
again.
back and look them over.
He'll kind of, as you do that, he kind of holds out a hand. Unless you want to pay me. Or a membership.
How are they dressed? How do they look?
They are a couple of they're not heavily armored or anything. You see like some ratty leather armor, and then just like they have like a couple maces at their side.
They definitely look like bouncers, though.
They're just like basic like thug bouncers.
Boys, please. I could eat something like you for breakfast. So why don't you just step aside before somebody gets hurt?
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, really? I have to?
Yeah.
Yes, and as well as they've been rolling, you might have just talked yourself into a fight.
19?
I kind of stare you over, and you can see a little bit of fear in their face. Like, oh shit! Like this chick is really challenging us to a fight. And one of them bucks up and goes, "Look, neither one of us want to get bloody this evening. Just keep your mouth shut, and we'll let you in. I don't want to have to beat up a girl today."
Wow.
Remember
You
the gods
obviously don't
don't
attend
fight
fights
them.
much. Fine, I'll keep my mouth shut and you won't get hurt. Just let me in.
They kind of open the door, and you're as you walk in, you are definitely blasted with the fumes of lavender and just scented perfumes, and it's foggy from like the hookah smoke, and you see the pillow couches and the whores and the patrons, and you are also approached by a siren, a very attractive tiefling female. Welcome to Siren's Pleasures. I am the Siren. What could I interest you today?
Uh, I had two friends come in here. They were looking for two guys for me. Obviously, they're taking too long, and see, I really want to challenge these idiots. They insulted me.
He kind of laughs and says, "If you're referring to the dragon and my kin, I led them to the back towards deal with some issues with some of my patrons. Uh, I don't know what's actually going on, but I don't think they're making a bloody
How
mess
about you
of
just
my establishment."
How about you point me in that direction, and I will make sure that the mess is taken outside.
Make a persuasion roll.
Nat 20.
Damn.
Right. I
Althea.
suppose I already let them back there to deal with whatever their problem is. I don't particularly have any fond feelings for the new nobles, but they pay well. But do go back there and don't make a mess of the place. I like the way it is.
I'll reach in my coin purse and pull out 100 gold and put them in her hand and go, that's just in case of a mess.
Damn. Why
She
don't I
wink-
have a lot of money?
She looks at you and winks. Thank you. And as you make
You're
your way
welcome.
back to the back rooms, go ahead and make a Constitution save.
That's a 19 on the die plus... God damn it. My whole computer just froze.
Well, we can hear you.
I can't see my mouse. Ah, bloody hell. Give me a second. Battery died.
Well, we the highest we got was 2 viewers, and then we're back down to 0.
I guess they had no interest in all the debauchery.
Well, depends on where they came from, because I have a lot of people who like play Halo and shit on Twitter, so they probably popped in, didn't exactly know what that they were getting into.
I put a post up on Tumblr about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't expect to pull a lot. I just said the max I imagine we'd ever get for a first stream would be like 15, but that's really pushing it. Stormy, you did make the save with just that 19 roll, so you as you are walking in the hall, you kind of feel like, oh shit, this fumes are like really pouring into my senses, but you shake it off with with the feeling just from knowing what your objective is at hand, and you stay focused, and you walk back to the room where there's six rooms, all of which at this point are all closed. Seems that they're all
Yeah,
being
it was
used.
19 plus 4 because my constitution is 18.
Yeah,
Well,
no, you're fine.
you made it with just the dice anyway, so.
Yeah, you're fine.
So can I tell which room the boys are in?
Not necessarily.
Just since Scales' nervousness.
To be entirely fair, actually, may I make a point?
Yes.
We did just disrobe in the hallway and leave our clothes there.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
Make a
Right in front of the door.
make a perception check. I want to see if you notice this. I mean, it's an easy ass check, but
13 plus 5.
yeah, no, you actually take notice that there are the same recognizable new robes that Scales was wearing in the ratty ass nobleman's clothes that Abaddon was wearing are on the floor in front of the back left door of the room.
Go over, pick up the clothes, fold it nicely over my arm, and bang on the door with that armored hand.
Oh, God.
And as you Scales and Abaddon, you hear a loud bang, bang, bang on the door, and like both the brothers at this point in time just kind of stand up, and Scales, you're kind of like launched off the guy's lap. Not really, like not launched, but you're knocked off, like oh shit, he's standing up kind of thing. And they both approach the door, and Kronk again opens the door. What is it this time?
I'll take that armored hand and slap the shit out of him.
Oh, through the door.
The armored
The door's
hand?
not open.
Make it an attack roll.
Oh,
You
God.
do know he didn't open the door, right?
He did open the door.
Yeah.
did?
Did? Okay.
Oh, God.
So I'm
Oh.
punching him through the door. With a nat 20.
You rolled a natural 20. Okay, so roll a d4 plus double the fucking result and add your strength modifier.
I roll. So
What was
that's a
that?
4 on that. I can't believe I still like these guys.
So
Plus
you rolled
another
a
4 for that, and I don't know what my strength is. Hold on, let me check. Oh, so it's 7 plus 4, 11?
You let out you guys like see from behind, like you're standing behind Kronk and Krog, and you just see Kronk's like head just like slap to the left. It's like to your right, but their left. Like as Althea just kind of slaps the living shit out of Krog.
More like
Krog.
punches because they didn't open the door.
No, they did open the door.
Oh, they did? Yeah, so he's getting slapped.
So I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
19.
Fight in the brothel.
Yes, we are having a knockdown drag-out fight in the brothel. That's a 21 with my plus 4 too.
Hold on, hold your initiatives. Remember your initiative numbers.
Yes, I remember my initiative number. It's 21. Blackjack!
Thanks, Althea.
Aw, I got that like a... Is it bath time? Where did my dog go? He followed me out, but he followed me back in. Alice! Is that what's out there beside you?
All right, 25 to 20.
Is that what's there? Okay.
25 to 20, that would be her, but she's not.
Yeah. Stormie.
Stormy, what'd you roll?
She like a 21.
21! Blackjack!
21?
Yep, I have blackjack.
What's your dexterity modifier?
My dex is a 4.
All right, so Althea goes first.
Yes.
Dog. 20 to 15.
19.
15 to 10.
Janae.
Not me. I got a
In the five.
6.
In the 5. So you got, okay, so
I never get good initial rolls.
Just making sure you're actually here, since
well,
you
it
have
was
a habit
like
of just
super
disappearing.
quiet.
I'm here.
She's just over there laughing her ass off because Althea just,
All right,
the shit
Althea,
out
it's
of
at the
her.
top of the
Althea
round. At the very top.
Slaps.
At the very top of the round, you slap the living dog shit out of the crunk.
Starts a fight.
And you definitely start a fight. And you did 11 points of damage.
Yeah, she did. And I'm gonna have to do some talking to Siren after this.
I already paid for the damages.
Hold on.
I'm just gonna go win some more money in the fights here in a little bit because I'm gonna still be amped up after this.
If she sells us out,
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so
have something
yeah,
to
and
roll over
your
her.
turn. You have struck Krunk Grogub, and you have started a fucking fight in the middle of the in the back rooms of the brothel. What would you like to do?
As soon as I slapped him, I said, "How dare you insult me?"
He looks over at you, and he just looks at you. Insult you? You come here and attack us?
She still has the hair and makeup. So would they
Well,
recognize her face?
that would be assuming A, they paid any attention to you at all in the first place.
I'm gonna
B,
go
they
ahead and roll for
remembered.
them to roll a perception check to see if they recognize you. Neither of them recognize you. They're like, I don't know who the fuck you are. Now, apologize now. We're prepared to die.
Should we respond at all, Scales?
I doubt we can really do anything about it at this point.
I need an action. I need an action. I need an action
We
before
could,
you.
We could at
What are we doing
least
here?
pretend like we want her to leave so that they don't get hostile toward us yet.
She'll just step back and go, "I challenge you to the arena then."
He looks at. They both look at you and smile. To the arena. Make a
Unless you're
perception.
too much of a bitch to do it.
Make a persuasion roll.
18 plus. What the hell is my persuasion again?
Persuasion's charisma.
It's a 19. My persuasion's a 1.
Both of them look at each other and smile. It's like, us versus you, then.
Yeah. Unless you're too chicken to do it.
I don't think you want to fight the both of us by yourself. But you're on. Go to the arena and wait for us, and we'll be there shortly. We have to get dressed and get done with our horse.
All right,
I'll be
fuck, it's
taking
it.
my
Nope.
boys with me.
Before she even says another word. No, not against her. Against all three of us.
They turn around as all three of you, eh? So this was a little trap, I see. Well, then you
Oh, they
all.
just went to soften you up.
Well,
kinda
if you
just
get beat up by a little wood elf, you're not good enough to fuck anyway.
He kind of just like, they both smile. It's like, you all gonna burn on the cross for this. And they basically they accept your challenge and tell you to leave.
I'm not leaving without you two. I will follow you to the arena to make sure you don't bitch up on me.
Do you see them getting dressed and all that, and getting their armor back on, and their
She'll just hold up Abaddon and Scales' clothes, and they can see their weapons on her back.
So I'm just gonna like get my clothes from Althea and my weapon and
Yeah. So your
throw everything
armor
back on.
class does not go down at all. Not that it would have went down anyway, because it's like what, like +1 more than your actual base armor class.
She will look over at Abaddon just to make this seem interesting and go, "See, I told you, boss. They didn't want me even after you sent me to them."
Oh, they were more than interested in us.
I feel insulted. Isn't it within my right to challenge them?
Well, we could have done this a little quieter, you know?
Nah.
As you guys
We were
discussed,
going to do it quiet. We were going to hide the bodies. It was going to be perfect assassination. Now everyone's going to know it's us. So this is going to be a problem.
As you
Especially if you
guys
take
are
him out
both
in the
discussing,
arena.
as you guys are discussing this, Krog and Kronk both like come up behind you guys and just shoulder check the fuck out of like Scales and Abaddon as they're getting close. And he looks over at Althea. We'll see you in the arena. Prepare for your deaths.
If it makes a difference, I was actually down to fuck.
He turns around and just smacks you in the face. Shut up, you whore.
I'm
Prepare to
gonna
die.
grab my quarterstaff and hit him as he's walking away.
Just roll an attack roll.
Wow,
Well,
bitches get upset when they
damn it.
don't get their penis away.
So no, you
Nope.
don't hit.
You just kind of like swing at him and like they're already far enough away walking and determined to fight this
Yeah, well,
battle.
I will say loud enough that it's gonna make the other two laugh, but she'll just kind of turn and look at them and go, "Wow, bitches get all pissy when they don't get their dicks wet."
And they
Meanwhile,
head through the silk curtain and beaded curtain and head towards the entrance of the of Siren's Pleasures.
She'll follow after tossing Scales his quarterstaff.
guess I don't get to say anything then.
What would you like to say? Sorry.
Not really.
I didn't hear you.
Want to.
Everybody keeps interrupting each other, so I apologize. What would you like to say before they leave?
I would like to first step in the way and stop Althea.
Okay. Scale stops and stops you in your tracks before you could follow them right out there, follow their ass out the establishment.
What?
Think this through. Consider something. Had we done this right, no one would know it was us. We need this to be quiet, remember? Now everyone's going to know it's us. We're already involved.
Well, nobody's gonna know because they're gonna die.
We're going
in
to
the arena in front of thousands of people?
I wouldn't say thousands.
Hundreds.
You're wanting us to go and fight and kill the nobles in front of a crowd. They will all sell us out in a heartbeat, and you know it.
We need to jump them on the way there.
Then
And not
why
stand
are
here
we
arguing.
arguing?
Exactly. Let's go. Hurry. Maybe we can
As
catch
you guys make it to the front room, they're already gone. They're outside the door, and you
So
kind of
I will grab my shield off my back and my hammer off my belt and run out that door.
Thea just kind of runs forward, and as you guys are, I'm sure you guys are you guys just running with her, or are you walking?
We're gonna have to try to run after her.
As you run out, Siren kind of like looks over at you, at you, Abaddon, as you are running out, and just kind of like smiles. Well, come again, I guess. And she kind of looks
I'll be
slightly
back, I
confused.
promise.
She looks slightly confused, and definitely you guys kick your way out, and you see Althea basically chasing after the Grogreb twins, or brothers. I don't know. They're not twins, no. And they're a little bit further ahead, but you can definitely see them. They're like heading towards the arena.
Can
Right,
I?
I'm going to try to catch them right before they hit that alleyway and basically shield check both of them into the alleyway.
That works
What would
too.
What would you like to do, Abaddon?
I was gonna see if I could cast my Eldritch Blast on them and hit them from the side to knock them into the alleyway.
You
Well, I'm not
definitely
going to
can
be able to
try.
take both of them down.
Does your blast do knockback?
I know my shield does.
It could
I
at
don't-
least stop. It could at least stop them long enough to allow Althea to try to knock them back. Do.
Well, do that first, and then I'll try to shield bash them.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
I mean,
against which one?
Well, whichever one's furthest away from the alley, so that hopefully I can at least make both of them hesitate.
Frog would be the one that's further ahead.
Oh, great! I get to hit the boyfriend. All right. 18.
That will hit.
All right, and
Oh, no, hold on. Yeah, that'll hit. That'll hit.
so that's 1d10 force damage. 10.
Nice.
All right then. Good start.
You gather your purple arcane energy and launch it forward to try to hit Kronk Krog. Yeah, Krog, Krog. I'm confusing my own self. Damn it.
They're too
Uh,
similar.
you gather your arcane energy and blast Krog with your Eldritch Blast, and like he kind of like lurches forward a little bit from the because you hit him in the back, and they kind of stops and turning around. He goes, "What happened to fighting in the arena?"
Changed our minds, bitch.
And at this point in time, you can go ahead and attempt to shoulder or to shield check one of them. To
I can't shield check them both.
they're not standing like right now.
Hold on a
Like
second.
I'm not above cheating to win.
your shields, you wouldn't be able to get both of them. You could have to just fight in this particular main alleyway. It's still an alleyway, but it's more of a main traveled alleyway as far as like the underground goes.
Yeah, but we need as few people seeing us as possible. Besides that, she's not here right now, so.
Oh, she muted herself.
Well, she can get one of them, I can get the other.
If you guys give me a moment, my niece came in to give me a hug. Well, I can't see you.
Oh.
I was just thinking out loud.
Hi. All right, go on. Bye-bye, sweetie. You gonna take him with you? He might follow. All right, I'm gonna attempt to shield bash.
All right, which one?
The one that didn't get hit by the Eldritch Energy.
So Kronk. Make an attack roll on Kronk with a shield bash.
16 plus 2, so that's 18.
That definitely hits. Roll a d6 plus your strength of damage.
7 points.
All right. With the shield bash, you are definitely able to knock him back towards the alleyway you're trying to direct him to. Scales, would you like to attempt to knock Krog closer to the alleyway?
I would like to basically rush up as close as I can and use Gust of Wind to try and blow him, like, into his brother and knock them back into the alley.
All right.
Good plan. Teamwork.
What level spell is that, or what level are you casting it at?
It's a level 2 spell.
All right. What page is that on?
248.
248. I'm excited now.
Well, this took a
Gust of
turn.
Wind, Alliance Strongman.
Yeah.
All right.
I apologize, but she does tend to get a little hot-headed when it comes to fighting.
Yep.
That is one of her major
What's your
flaws.
spell save DC?
Mine?
Yeah.
14.
All right. All right. You were able to blow Kronk back further into the alleyway, but Krog is able to maintain his strength and stand strong against the blast of wind.
Well, I'm not talking about blowing both of them. I'm talking about pushing one into the other.
Yeah, they're in the same line.
Well, that's my point. I don't mean he's not standing against the wind. He's standing against his brother getting thrown against him.
I understand that, but I'm trying to explain to you that they both have to make a strength save, otherwise they'll get blown back. Because they're in the same line, it's not just him blocking him with wind. And even if...
No, that's what I'm saying. I was correcting more the flavor of that. He's not blocking the wind. He's blocking his big brother getting thrown against him.
Well, because Kronk is further back. Kronk is the younger one who got knocked into the alleyway. Krog is the one who is standing closer to the outside of the alley. And Krog made his strength save, so he was able to stand against the wind.
Okay.
Okay. So now that we got that cleared up, I'm sorry, I was just reading the literal interpretation of the spell, not necessarily the flavor aspect. I apologize, but no, it was unsuccessful.
It also really doesn't help that they have almost the exact same name, so...
Yeah.
That's my bad.
Just call him Baldy and Mohawk.
Alright, we'll call him Baldy and Mohawk. I know who that is.
Okay.
Alright, so I guess again, everybody re-roll initiative since we're starting all
Which one is Krog?
Krog
Baldy.
is Baldy.
Okay, Krog is Baldy. Okay.
Well, might as well have gotten the one out of the way.
You rolled a 1.
Yeah, my initiative is 3.
My initiative is 7.
Alright.
How
Nat
do you
20.
get a bonus to initiative?
But
So,
like I said, at least I got the 1 out of the way.
Yep. Better than drowning your friend almost in a health potion.
that was funny.
That was. I
You
would've
roll the
thought-
natural 20 skills?
Yes, I rolled a nat 20. I'm surprised you heard me.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So,
So nat 20 plus 1, so 21, but still.
Help me roll the dice. Are you going to be my lucky dog?
alright, scales. It's your initiative. You were standing in front of basically both of them after you attempted to blow Baldy into Mohawk.
Okay, then. I would like to cast Ray of Sickness at Baldy, I guess.
Alright,
Well, which one got slapped earlier?
Mohawk.
And he's also the one who got shield bashed?
Yes.
Yes.
So he's taking the most damage right now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but okay, I have to cast on the big one because he's in between me and him. Alright, so Ray of Sickness at Baldy.
That was. Give me a moment. Something just fell over.
271 for reference.
Mountain Dew. Yeah. Okie doke. Alright, and what page was that on? Sorry, I was.
271.
271.
Out of character, I would like to take a break here after this fight, just real quick, so I can run up and make some nuggets. I'm hungry.
So you what level spell are you casting it at?
Level 1.
Alright, so make a ranged spell attack.
That's 1 to 3.
23. That definitely hits. Are you hitting Baldy or Mohawk? You said
Baldy.
right? Alright, so yeah, that definitely hits.
So what's the damage die on it?
Oh, sorry. 2d8 poison damage.
2d8 poison, thank you.
Roll high!
2d8, ooh, 15.
Ooh.
So
Good roll.
you roll a 7 and an 8.
Yep.
Nice.
Wait, is that with any bonuses or is that just a dice?
No, just the dice.
Okay, yeah, 15 then.
And then he has to make a constitution. Okay, so what's your so 15? So now he is down. You hit him with a green ray of sickening, and he just looks like he's about to vomit as he's basically the poison damage is starting to try to take hold of his body. He has to make a Constitution save to see if he stays poisoned. What is your spell save?
14.
He definitely does not make it. He now has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks because he is poisoned.
Nice.
Is that how poison works in this? It just gives you disadvantage?
Poisoned and
Always-
sickened.
Always have to ask because poison's different in everything.
Alright, so that brings us to Krog, which is Baldy. He looks very weak and sickened, poisoned. Basically, he has that grimacing like, I feel like shit face. But he's gonna go ahead and try to cast a spell on you. Alrighty. He is. Go ahead and make a wisdom save.
Alright.
Oh god, this is gonna be funny.
Wisdom save of 18.
Ooh.
He kind of just looks at you and smirks, and he goes. He basically tells you, you are all going to die and burn on the cross. And you feel like an invasion into your mind he's trying to make with this spell, and you're able to shake it off and do not take any damage from it. Uh, he's gonna take a few steps back closer to his brother so he could be like shoulder to shoulder with him, so he could have a defensive position. Abaddon, it is now your turn.
Okay, where are they standing relative to me? Are they like one in front of the other, or side by side from my perspective?
They're side by side, and you guys are basically at the front of this like entrance of this alleyway. They're like almost into like back, like a wild dog's being backed into a corner.
And they're like side by side, just like inside the alleyway?
Yes, yes.
Okay, how far away am I from them?
I would say about 20 feet.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I am going to cast Thorn Whip, and I'm going to attempt to wrap the whip around Baldy's head and smash his head into his brother. So I bash their skulls together and hopefully do something.
All right, make a spell attack, I guess.
Yeah. So nat 20
All
plus
right,
my 5 bonus, so 25 on that.
That will definitely hit. What do you know your damage die for that, or do you just have the page number?
I have neither. Give me just a second.
And what's it called?
Online. It is 1d6 piercing damage.
So roll 1d6 and double it.
1d6 and double. 10.
All right, and then you're hitting Baldy with that, right?
Yes, and attempting to smash his skull into Mohawk's skull.
All right, make a strength check versus his strength.
Oh dear, I don't think I have a bonus strength, do I?
Well, make it an athletics check, not a strength check, an athletics check.
Athletics check? Well, either way, it's 14.
He rolled a natural 20, so you just basically smack him in the face with a thorn whip and grind his face a little bit with thorns, and he just like keeps his head strong as he lets out a grimacing growl of pain. It is now Kronk's turn. All right, Kronk gonna go ahead and let's see, what does he have? Alright, I need to see how this is gonna work. Never had to use this before.
Ready.
He's basically gonna cast invisibility on himself.
Oh, so as long as he doesn't attack, we won't see him. Or we have to roll high perceptions to see movement.
Actually, I know what he's gonna. I know exactly what he's gonna. He's not gonna use invisibility. He's gonna use hold person
On?
on Abaddon. No, scales. He's gonna do it on scales. He's doing the scales.
Still the wrong bitch.
Make a wisdom saving throw, scales.
$17.
You see him reach out and try to, and you feel like a wave of just like paralysis begin to come over you, but you were able to shake it off easily with a 17. He holds his position, and that brings us to Althea's turn.
So I've been hitting Baldy so far, right?
No, you shield
no,
you've been hitting Mohawk. You slapped and shield bashed him.
So I'm going to charge in, and with a 17 plus 2, which is a 19, I'm going to try to strike him with my hammer.
You definitely are able to do that. Make a damage roll.
8 plus 3, 11 points of damage. Maxed out the damage.
All right. You charge in and smash him across the midsection as a typical Althea fashion into his rib cage, and he lets out a painful growl into your face. And did you just see pure anger and just ready to kill you as you hit him? That brings us back to Scales. Althea just charged in on the two brothers.
Alright.
Your meat shield is out there, so do your worst.
Okay, then I'm going to cast Magic Missile at Mohawk.
All right, roll damage. What level are you casting it at?
I'll keep it at level 1.
All right, so that's 3d4 plus. Are you using all three of them on him, or are you directing
All
it?
3 on him.
3d4 plus 3.
Total of 10.
Okay.
Good God.
I'm so
Yeah,
glad
no.
that auto hits.
Yeah, a cloud, like a blast of 3 energy balls smack the Mohawk left and right as after he just slammed in the side with the hammer. You can see like that same like jittery got shot in the chest a bunch of times looks as each one hits him. And that brings us back to Krog, and Krog, he's gonna hold up his fist again, and he's going to aim it again at Scales again, and he's gonna make it a spell attack against you.
He's
I
tempting
wouldn't
the
have
whole
pictured.
person.
I would not have pictured these two to be casters.
Well, they're bards, apparently.
They are bards. I was wondering if someone was gonna figure that out.
I kind of figured because I knew right off the bat his first move was the fucking insulting one that Tommy has.
Vicious word. Or vicious mockery, that's what it is.
That's it.
All right, he's gonna cast scorching. He's gonna use his ring to cast scorching ray. You see, like him wearing a ring to blast you with a scorching ray. He's gonna direct all 3. Does
Scales?
a 20 hit you?
At who?
At Scales.
Yes.
14.
Yes.
And the last one misses. He rolled a 2. So you're taking
Oh, God.
46 fire damage as a scorching ray, 2 blasts of scorching ray hits you. You take 12 points of fire damage as you're immediately struck with 2 burning rays of fire just smashes into your body. Abaddon, is your turn.
Okay. Which one just cast Scorching Ray? Baldy or Mohawk?
Mohawk.
Mohawk. Okay. I'm gonna use my own Scorching.
Baldy did. My bad.
Baldy. I'm gonna use my own Scorching Ray against him.
All right, make 3 attack. Are you using all of them on him?
All 3, all on him.
Make an attack roll.
Okay, so I get a 15 plus 5 is 20.
It's
19 plus 5 is 24. And a 9 probably misses.
which add your modifier.
That was with my modifier.
So 9. So yeah, no, that hits 2. So 46 fire damage against him.
Alright. Get these dice to the side. 15.
Good fucking God. You fire your own scorching ray in response, and you just pelt him with 2 of the blasts, and the other one soars off behind him. He looks scarred and burned and very rough. That brings us to Mohawk's turn. Mohawk is going to use. What's he gonna do? He's gonna use. He's gonna cast Healing Word on Baldy. So 1d4 plus. Nice. So he heals Baldy. healing energy kind of caress Baldy's body as he kind of like belts out a whisper of just healing energy around him, and that brings us back to Althea.
One away, damn it. 19 plus 2.
Who are you hitting?
The same one I have been hitting.
So, Mohawk.
Yep.
I will hit, roll damage.
10 points of damage.
10 points?
Yep.
Alrighty. Alright, you smash him in again in the same spot in the rib cage, and he lurches out a large growl, and he's definitely looking in rough shape as well. You guys definitely caught them off guard. This whole battle.
They're squishy. It helps.
Scales, your turn. You are just blasted with a fiery rays of scorching energy. Thank you.
I'm going to target Baldy again. This time, because fuck you, I'm casting Chromatic Orb at level 2.
Nice. Roll it. Make an attack roll.
Let's see, that's
I'm gonna leave a mark.
plus 6. That is a 23.
That will definitely hit. So that is 48 damage of any type you choose.
Cold.
All right, roll 48 damage.
Freeze his ass.
Ooh. 22.
All right, so you kind of caress like a Sub-Zero-esque ice ball into your hands and launch it forward. It's actually in decent size from just the damage, and you blast it into the Baldy's midsection, and he just like launches backwards, and he's laying on the ground unconscious. That brings us to Baldy's turn. You see, he lays there for a moment, and you believe that he's actually defeated, but you see him begin to rise onto his feet, looking very, very worse for wear, but he is definitely not done yet. And he just basically says out loud, "If I'm going down, I'm taking one of you with me." And he holds up his ring again, and this time he's blasting forward against Abaddon.
Ah, shit.
Abaddon only has a 12, so keep that in mind.
Natural 20.
I'm gonna die.
Why won't they go after the bitch that started it?
Yeah, I know.
They're intelligent enough to know who the weaker ones are. 18.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm gonna die.
14.
I'll heal you.
I'm literally gonna die.
Yeah, all
14.
3 are hitting.
So let's see. The first one was double damage, so that's 6d or no 8d6 fire damage.
6. 8, yeah, 8. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One credit, so it's 2.
Unless he rolls all 1s, Abaddon's fucked.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
What's your hit point?
Oh, God. If I can live, if I can survive this, I can take him out. I just have to survive this attack.
You just have to survive a damage potential of 48.
Fuck, I don't even have that much hit points.
Yeah. I have
Wait. I said d6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go Scorching Ray one more time because I want to make sure I get this right. I didn't even go to it. I just assumed.
Yeah, it's 2d6 fire. Wait, what is fire resistance? How much
Fire
does that reduce damage?
It reduces it by half.
Okay, because I have hellish resistance from being a tiefling, so I resist fire damage.
All right, so then you will be taking half.
Oh.
Take half, yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad I looked at my character sheet. Oh. So 8d6 divided by 2. Ooh.
So 28 damage reduced to 14 fire damage as he blasts you with 3 rays of scorching ray.
Okay, so that brings me down to 9 HP, and in response, I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke, which
That's
is...
your reaction.
Yes, that's reactionary. In response to an attack to an enemy within 60 feet of me, they have to make a dexterity save, and if they fail the save, they take 2d10 fire damage or half as much damage on a successful save.
So what's the dexterity save DC?
I have no idea.
Probably your spell DC
My
or
spell
something
save?
like that. Yeah.
Spell save DC is 13.
He rolled an 18 on a die, so he's taking half damage.
Okay, so 2d10.
1d10, I guess.
Or just roll 1d10.
Yeah, just like one.
Roll 1. Okay, so 9 points then.
Yeah, you conjure up a like basically you get hit with the fire.
You point your finger at them and shoot fire is the way the book describes it.
All right. Let me flavor this for you.
Okay.
You get blasted by 3 scorching rays, and like in response, you kind of like Fire Nation this shit, and like warp the fire around your body, and just like can't point your finger at him, and it just like the rest of the residual fire that you resisted lurches forward against Baldy, and he gets blasted with Hellish Rebuke, and he again lurches backwards and falls on the ground. And as far as you know, he is down. It is now your turn again. Actually your turn, Abaddon.
Oh boy. What do I actually want to do? Mm-hmm. So he's... Okay, we can keep them unconscious but alive and then finish them off. So I think I'm just gonna...
You would have to like heal Baldy like pretty soon if he was going to live.
Well, if he dies, it's no big loss. I think I am just going to cast Scorching Ray again against Mohawk.
Alright, make 3 attack rolls.
16 and 5 is 21.
Hit.
2 and 5 is 7. That doesn't hit.
Does not hit.
17 and 5 is 22.
That also hit.
Again, I hit 2 of them. So, that's 46. 13 points total.
You blast him with another scorching, this one with a scorching ray, and he lurches backwards and falls, what looks like to be unconscious. Do you want to make any movement at all?
I want to keep my distance because I don't know if they're going to come back and attack me if I get close. I think we should let the meat shield check.
At the end of your turn, it is Mohawk's turn, and he does recuperate himself, and his conviction and anger of losing his brother is keeping him strong, and he stands back up and looks very, very angry. And then he looks to the sky, and he reaches up to the sky and brings down his elbow as a lightning strike slams into where his position is, and a thunder wave blasts out. He is casting Thunder Wave, and if it has a leveled adjustment, he'll be casting at 2nd level.
Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Well,
it's an area effect around him, so.
Well, Thunderwave is a cantrip, isn't it?
No, it's a level 1 spell.
I don't think it does damage so much as it pushes people away.
no, it does damage.
Self 15-foot cube, a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed. So, Althea, since you're the only one close enough to be affected by this, make a Constitution saving throw.
There's also one flavor detail that is important to note about this. That spell can be heard from up to 300 feet away.
Indeed, it is a loud, thunderous crack of energy.
So he is making it known that something is happening where we are.
That's okay. 16 plus 4 is 20.
You
He'll be
are
dead and
you
long gone. He'll be dead and long gone before anybody gets here, hopefully.
you take half as much damage, but you are not, and you're also not pushed. So
What's
you
the damage?
take 7 points of thunder damage as your ears are ringing. Ears are ringing, and you feel the wave of thunder's energy trying to push you back, but you are able to stand true into your position. Yes, he is done, and it's your turn, Althea.
Bitch,
Are they both done now?
All I say is, bitch, please. And I'm going to take a swing at him with my hammer again.
All right, make a swing with your hand.
Oh, that's what he did. You're mine.
How do you want to do this? Because he's gonna die regardless. So.
Ooh.
This is going to
I'm
be
going to chest check him with my hammer. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to smash his freaking ribcage. 5
And
and 5 is 10 plus 2 is 12.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about damage. He was at 1 HP, so.
Oh God.
You kind of step forward, and in typical Althea fashion, you slam forward into his sternum rib cage area and cave his chest in, and you feel the vibration of bones cracking, flowing through your hammer and into your hand, and you just see all of, like, the air from his body and like the white, and his eyes go white from unconsciousness as you just destroy his chest cavity. He is definitely down for the count. You have two. Basically, you have two unconscious creatures, half orcs, basically I would assume would be dead at this point, laying on the ground in front of you.
Okay, Scales
so
and Althea.
I'm gonna definitely go and try to coup de grace them if nobody else is gonna do anything, and I'm gonna smash their heads so they're unidentifiable.
Nope.
No. I have a plan.
You are
Okay.
stopped before you are stopped before that you are able to smash their faces
First
in.
of all, we loot their bodies. But after we do that, what we need to do is we need to find somewhere that's very, very secluded, and I can get rid of the bodies without a single trace. They won't even exist anymore. Okay? But I'm gonna need y'all to trust me because I don't panic. Is all I'm gonna say. Okay?
Put the shield on my back and the hammer at my hip.
Okay, so we search the bodies.
Loot them real quick.
I think Scales might be able to use that ring, or maybe even Althea, give her a ranged attack.
Alright.
We can figure out how to use it.
I have a crossbow, I just never use it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
going to go ahead.
Ray?
Going to go ahead and loot Baldy.
You find 15 gold pieces, some leather armor. You find a ring with what looks like a shield on it, engraved into it.
A shield? Oh God. Can I get that?
And make an investigation check as you're searching Kronk.
Okay. Let's see. Investigation is intelligence. So that's. Man, I'm glad I got that circlet.
Yeah.
That's a 19 then.
You find an interestingly engraved cone, like it looks like a hand cone, and it's like in like a side pocket purse as well. It has some runes carved into it, and looks very interesting. He has his a long sword and a dagger at his hip, and that's really anything of true interest, unless you want to take his
runic cone or comb.
Cone, like a ice cream cone.
Okay, and a ring.
Can I take the ring?
A ring with a shield on it.
We're gonna hold on to it, and we'll separate it later.
Okay.
We're kind of in a hurry here.
Yeah.
And on Kronk's body.
DM, while he's looting the body, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at a 2nd level spell and heal poor Abaddon.
Okay. How much can I heal for?
At 2nd level, I think it's
15 plus 2, so what,
17.
17 points back?
So full health. Okay.
On Baldy, you find the same styled longsword and dagger. You find the ring that he was using to cast Scorching Ray, and it looks like a silver ring with 3 stones set into it with like an orange topaz stone into it.
I think we might have
Two-
gotten mixed up somewhere in this, by the way.
I think he meant Mohawk, because the Mohawk is who she's looting.
Yeah, I was
No.
looting Baldy earlier.
Yeah.
well,
I'm gonna
So
let
you-
him. Like I said, I stepped back to heal Abaddon, so I'm basically letting Scales loot both of them.
Okay. Well, I'll pick
right.
it all up and we'll split it later.
Yep.
on this ring, there are 3 gems, one larger, one in the center, and the 2 on the side. Both the 2 on the side don't look flawed in any way, but they for some reason look dimmer than the big main one.
Oh. It only
You
has
find
3.
some leather armor as well, and that's about anything that's really interesting, other than 15 gold pieces.
Okay, so how much gold in total?
30.
So, 30
10
gold.
Actually, can I take that all since I'm poor?
You would have to talk to him about that.
Guys.
I've
I
spent
only
over
have
100
30
gold
gold.
already. Fine.
I can go earn more money in the arena.
Fine, you go ahead.
Poor noble here. Okay, anyway, secluded area. We need at least an hour of downtime. It's going to take that long.
Okay, abandoned warehouse.
So,
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and say you're heading to the abandoned warehouse to where the entrance to the cisterns were, and we'll go ahead and take a break here for a moment, a quick one, and I have to go to pee and all that, so
all right.
be back in a moment.
We'll meet back in a few minutes.
In the fashion of every Saturday morning cartoon. After these messages, we'll be right back. I am such a kid at heart. Be right back, guys.
Alright, looks like I'm the only one left here. Woo. Do we even have any viewers? How do you check that? Can we check that? Can I check that? Google, why you suck so much? Do 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 do. Welcome back.
Is everyone back, or? still
Nope,
waiting on-
just you and me.
Okay. I haven't gone pee at all today.
I think Stormie's making food, so. Question.
Answer.
So those things, the rings and the cone I picked up, this obviously it'll be more in-game, but just for frame of reference, would Arcana allow me to figure out what they are?
You could definitely make an Arcana check. It'd be a little bit more difficult than just a straight up.
Well, I ask because I'm
identify-
proficient, so.
Right. No. You could definitely do it. To find out exactly what they are, it'd be a little bit more difficult, but if you had an identify spell, you could definitely easily find out what they are.
Basically,
Considering
I was
that,
just thinking more like just to get an idea of what they are.
oh yeah, you could definitely do that. Because they're
Nice
not,
shirt, by the way.
thank you.
Also, on a random thought, shout out to the old Halos with the OP combo of dual needlers.
Oh yeah, straight out of Halo 2.
Fucking dual wielding needlers, or later this. Is it the spikers I'm thinking of that the brutes had?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I am thinking of that right? It's they had spikers that were just like needlers but without the explosions and had the blades on the bottom. I think so.
Yay. Yeah.
Also, I'm now having the issue
Spikers?
of yeah, spikers.
I just
Those are
realized
pretty
there's
good.
some people commenting on the thing.
Oh, all right.
There was like some people in here. Hi, Janae.
I
I guess only you can see that.
Yeah, I don't know how to tell if there's anyone in the room. I don't think we can.
There's one viewer right now. It's like it should be at the bottom right of the thing. If
Hey,
No, all
viewer,
I
talk
see
to
is
us.
literally all I see is our pictures down there. So
Yeah, that's all we see.
well, I could post like a link to the YouTube page that it's going straight to in our chat, and I was just kind of like looking to see how long, see if I can find out how long we've actually been streaming, and definitely
I'm now having the issue of like a personal debate. If I'm trying to like whenever I hit level 4, I pretty much decided I'm going to take a feat instead of an ability score improvement. I'm trying to think if I want to actually go with like would be good for me as the player or would make sense for scales.
oh wait, this is on my Google Plus thing. Okay, yeah, I see what's going on. Like it's on the Google Plus thing. Somebody asked like how to join the group or whatever, and I was like, pretty closed group at the moment. But no, like the thing with certain feats is it could be a good or like the certain feats depending on how strong they are can actually like give you an ability score improvement depending on what it is.
Well, the
But
two I'm
there's
looking at as far as like for scales thematically would both provide an ability score improvement, but like outside of that they don't do too much. They're more for like they would make sense given his history as a researcher.
which ones are they?
Either keen mind or linguist. Both provide an intelligence score boost.
Would you even fucking need one right now?
Well, I mean, it would bump me up to 20, and keep in mind, I'm only that high because I have the circlet. If I take it off, I get dumber.
Damn.
Crew.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I has food, so I can take some meds. I'm starting to hurt.
Uh,
What the hell do you think you're gonna get?
I would imagine,
The dog looks like nothing.
like, they both
Love how he
make
does
good
that. He's
sense. Like,
looking at my plate. That's
which one is it?
keen mind or linguist.
Keen mind and
Keen
Oh,
mind would
yeah.
make sense, being able to recall anything accurately that I've learned in the past month.
Yep.
Or linguist, I get to learn 3 more languages and can write ciphers in those languages that, unless somebody's really smart or I teach them, they're not going to figure out.
That would be useful, especially to cover languages we don't speak already.
Very true.
And of course,
It'd be up to
Satan
you,
knows
really.
all satanic languages.
Let's go ahead and get started again. I gotta go to work at 5, so let's try to get
Yeah, it's
as much
All
done as
right.
possible. So, you guys make it to the abandoned warehouse after. Well, actually, no. Wait, don't get there because how are you gonna transport the bodies without being noticed?
Hmm. Is there someone closer by we could go to?
Uh, the only real direct path back towards the abandoned warehouse would be to go through like the fight pits.
Hmm. Actually, I'm gonna run into the brothel. You guys stay here. I need to ask a favor. I promise you this is totally relevant.
All
I need to
right,
speak with Siren.
all right. You run up to the door again with the same two guards as before, and they kind of give you that look of they're gonna ask that they're going to ask you for your membership card, but because you already paid them enough for the day, they just let you actually go through this time,
Okay,
and you
so
enter the pink flamed room and scented with lavenders and lots of sex and whorish things going on, and you see a siren sitting at like around the front like lounging area,
I'm
kind of
gonna
like observing things.
I'm just gonna walk up to her and I'm going to speak in Infernal and I'm gonna say, I need to talk with you privately.
She responds in the same tongue. She just smiles, just like right this, and she kind of just like she doesn't really respond. She responds with a gesture. She kind of like leads you, like points, or like kind of like opens her arm and leads you back towards the back rooms.
Okay, so when we're by ourselves, obviously still speaking in Infernal so no one can eavesdrop on us. It's like, look, I know you're a follower of Asmodeus. Okay? I recognize the symbol. I'm a warlock as well, in servant to the same patron. I need your help with something.
What could I possibly help you with
I
besides
just,
your sexual needs? She like kind of like looks you up and down.
oh well, I can provide for that in return for this, but those half orcs we were dealing with, the Groga brothers, we ended up obviously killing them. So I was thinking, in order for us to hide the bodies, I could offer them as a sacrifice to Asmodeus, both hiding the bodies and offering to the god. Would you be willing to
Interest.
help?
She kind of like smirks and she goes, "Interesting. You assume just because I have a symbol of Asmodeus that I'm a warlock. I'm not a warlock, but I do hold him close to me as a patron saint. He kind of blessed me with, and she kind of just like kind of looks up and down her own body in her face. She's kind of referring that he gave her the
Godly
blessing of
plastic surgery?
basically like essentially making her extremely attractive and very well,
fucking heavenly blessed.
yeah,
Hellishly.
hellishly
Whatever.
blessed.
Yeah, be
And
more like hellishly blessed.
Either way, I can't see you denying a blood offering to
I
him.
suppose not. You'd have to use the basement though. I don't need you getting blood all over the place.
Anywhere as long as we can do it without being disturbed.
Wrap it up in carpet or something so you don't drip blood as you're bringing him downstairs. I will allow this.
Alright, thank you. And I will repay you for this. Whether it be with coin or with my body.
She kind of smiles. Yes, I look forward to your repayment.
Okay, so, do you have something available I can carry out with me to wrap them up in? We don't have any carpets handy on our party.
She looks at you blankly. No.
Is there a back door we can use?
Yes, you just bring him around back and I'll meet you there.
Okay. I'll be back. Thank you. So I'll run back outside to Althea and Scales and guide them toward the back of the brothel to obviously them carrying the bodies since they're the strong ones.
She's volunteering you to carry the body. She has a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, strong
Trust me,
ones.
guys.
Never mind my strength of 12.
You're a fucking dragonborn and you're like 300 pounds. You are fucking strong compared to me. You can at least carry a body.
What's your strength score?
Oh, Janae's or mine?
Yeah, Janae.
Me?
Yeah, what's your strength
Yes.
score?
11?
Oh, Scales, you are stronger than her. Barely, but
I have
I
shit
have a
rolls for
16.
everything.
Well, yeah, of course you do. You're
But
a
I
tank.
can help Scales carry one, and then Althea can handle one on her own, because she's a fucking kick-ass.
She's a
I need-
tank.
I need everyone to roll stealth checks as they're moving these bodies.
Oh boy. 18.
And Althea, you have a disadvantage because of your armor.
Oh yeah, I have to roll 2. Hey, I need to pull another one out then.
Oh god.
17
Both
for the record.
18s, so what do I do?
Okay.
Just use
Literally,
whichever
I'm gonna
the.
take a picture of this and post it. That's fucking awesome.
You were able to be stealthy enough to move them without anybody truly noticing. It's very dark outside, and you're moving through alleyways. You're able to get back to the back door of Siren's Pleasures, and she's kind of waiting for you outside, holding the door open, and she kind of like points you the direction of the downstairs, which isn't too far. It's like 10 feet down the hall, and then there's a door that leads downstairs.
Okay, so let's go to the basement.
Carry him down.
Yep, just drop them on the floor, and I'll do the rest. Okay?
All right.
Yep.
All right. So, guess it's time for me to take out my dagger, slash my fucking palm, and start drawing my big ass summoning circle.
In the meantime, I would like to make Arcana checks on the rings and the cone to see if I can just get an idea of what they are.
Roll me 3 Arcana checks.
Alright, so. And so I have to draw the circle, put the bodies in the center, and do 2 wisdom and 1 charisma check? Is that correct?
Yes.
So shall I go ahead and roll for those?
Yes, just go ahead. Well, let me tell Scales his stuff first before we get to it, because this is kind of an imperative point in the story that everybody should be paying attention to.
17, 19, and 18.
The first, which one is the set? Which in order? Which way are you?
I'm going to use the 17 on the ring with the 3 gems.
The 17, because of the nature of how you've seen it used, it was easy for you to figure out that it is a ring of scorching rays. You get the sense that the reason why the 2 gems are dimmer than the one in the center is that they represent the amount of charges it has. So from what you understand, there's at least 1 charge left in this ring.
All right, then I'll use the 18 on the ring with the shield.
You've seen a ring like this before in shops in your travels. This is a ring of protection +1.
All right.
And then the next one is what was the roll
for 19?
You understand some of the runic carvings into it, and you recognize that it's like a symbol for sound amplification and clarity, and just so like overall making clarity. You kind of get the sense that it just kind of like allows you to speak more clearly and more and just louder. You don't really get the idea of what the enchantment is.
So as far as I know right now, it's basically a megaphone.
Yeah.
What does a ring of protection do?
Adds +1 to your AC.
I need that.
No, I will hand that over to you as soon as you're done
Yeah, as
with your
soon as my
ritual.
ritual is done. Alright, so.
Alright, so.
I have my circle drawn, I guess.
Abaddon slices his hand open and just draws this large summoning circle of and unless someone wants to make an Arcana check or a religion check, you don't recognize the symbol.
I guess I can make it. Would it be religion or Arcana?
It would be religion, I would
It'd be
say.
more religious than anything, but because of the nature of just like all things Arcana, you would have heard of this figure. If you want to make a religion Arcana check, you would be able to depending on the role, you could possibly recognize this symbol.
He would probably go for religion since that's intelligence.
I rolled
Yeah,
12
but-
plus 5,
Oh,
which is
yeah,
17.
But I'm proficient in Arcana.
Ah.
Either way, that's a 16 if it's religion, 18 for Arcana.
Go ahead and go with the 18. And then what'd you roll? Are you rolling religion, Althea?
Mm-hmm.
And what'd you roll?
I rolled the 13 plus 5.
18.
18.
So, both of you have recognized this symbol from just either
No,
from.
sorry, it was a 12 plus 5, 17.
Okay. Both of you have heard this, seen this symbol in different manners of ways, either through arcane spell books or through vigorous study, or you've heard of it through religious legends and basically fear mongering. This would be the symbol of Asmodeus. He's basically like a very, very powerful, like Baylor king kind of thing guy.
Demon Lord of the Nine Hells.
Yeah,
He's,
Hi, General to Lucifer.
yeah.
well, in this world, Hades, but yeah. But yeah, you recognize that as such, and as she finishes the blood circle, she drags Krog and Kronk's bodies into the center of the circle and begins to chant singing a chant in her native language of Infernal. Go ahead and make your first wisdom save.
A wisdom save?
Wisdom check, sorry, wisdom
Okay,
check.
I gotta be sure.
Not a save, but a check.
17.
Roll me your next wisdom check,
18.
and roll me a charisma check.
What is my charisma bonus? Plus 1? Plus 3 on charisma. So 20 with my bonus. Oh,
Ooh,
thank God. Decent roll.
That was close.
Decent.
As she is chanting this, you see like flashes of red energy with each like verse of the chant, and then a red blinding light flashes and blinds all of you for a brief moment in time, and then when you regain your vision back, you see the body of Kronk Grogrub kind of floating in the air with a red, cloudy energy around him, and like his eyes and mouth are kind of like have a red glowing energy protruding out of him, and you hear the voice of Asmodeus through the body of Kronk Grogrub. Your sacrifice pleases me, Abaddon. May every soul you take in my name give you strength. But do not think I have not taken notice of your lack in earned sacrifices. Remember that my strength gives you your power. You never forget that. And you see this red energy begin to flow around your body, and you kind of like absorb it into, and you feel like your overall like arcane strength is boosted. And then like the same red energy flash kind of blasts through the room, and it blinds all of you for a brief moment, and as you get your vision back once more, you see that the blood circle is gone and the same bodies are gone, and all that's left is like kind of like a smoky wisp of smoke are just left there in the room, and no trace of the bodies or the summoning circle whatsoever.
Also, I would like to make a quick point here, just because it's something kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Janae, you forgot about your ability again.
I
Because you
didn't.
killed Baldy.
Yeah, but yeah, it was near the end of the fight, so it's cool.
Still.
It's fine. It's fine.
What ability?
It lets her heal herself for anybody she kills.
It gives me
It's a
temporary key.
temporary XP, but it's same difference.
So, okay, so do I get any actual stat boosts from that, or just like inspiring words of wisdom?
For the next week, you are granted a boon. Like you see your symbol of Asmodeus kind of glow a little bit more, it looks more prominent. It gives you advantage on your spell attacks for the next week.
Ooh.
There's a reason why you should sacrifice shit to your patron.
Yeah. But somehow I don't know if this will really be an opportunity or an option all the time.
Right.
I should get to sacrificing more often. Like anytime we fight a boss, we need to start trying to sacrifice him if the opportunity provides
And at that
itself.
point, we will call game for the day.
I'm assuming we can go ahead and do a rest.
Yeah, you could definitely do a rest and just kind of chill out.
I'm gonna go fuck Siren.
I wouldn't say you would get a full 8 hours rest, but if you wanted to use your hit die, like we're stopping at this point, so you're not really resting. You're just stopping at that moment, unless you guys have any kind of conversation you would like to have with Abaddon about what he just did.
Who wants to talk? I'm just gonna turn around and I guess Scales is gonna give me that ring of protection.
I'm gonna hand over the ring of protection, as well as just like just due to everything that's happened, giving Abaddon kind of a dirty look, like you owe me.
What did I do?
As if you don't know.
No, I really don't know. You know, I almost got fucked in the ass, so I almost had it worse than you.
I
don't
just
want
let
to
you
know.
but yes, the experienced Abaddon almost had it worse than the virgin Dragonborn.
Well, you might have gotten fucked in the ass too, but at least he was interested in a lap dance first.
All right,
I
yeah,
can't
no.
say it would be the worst thing I've ever done, though, so,
Anyway,
Well, when we start up game next time, I'm going to go to the arena because we need money.
Yep.
And I need to be able to kill something and smash because they wouldn't let me smash faces in.
All right, so let's divvy up experience points.
which means Abaddon, you might want to go ahead and put that ring on and raise your AC.
Yep. Already done it.
So what is it now? Like a 15?
13.
It's only a +1 to my AC, and my AC is dog shit.
It would be a 15 if I put it on, but it's a 13 for her.
I thought you had more than a 12.
I had a 12. That's
no,
it.
12 is...
I've yet to get anything to really boost that.
Alrighty, let me do math here. So Abaddon, everybody's gonna get 535 experience points.
535? That's enough for me to level.
Sweet.
That's not for me to level 2.
I don't know what do we level at?
27?
2,700.
I'm nowhere near that.
Hold on,
Where
you
you
said
at?
you said
That-
535? Because I need to do some math here.
That
Where
only
you
puts
at?
me to 2,068 points.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm so behind, remember?
You're probably ahead of Atreides and Merrick now.
Can I get a bonus for that sweet-ass sacrifice?
Sure, take a 20 XP bonus.
Whee! That puts me to 2088.
Okay, that puts me at 3014, which means I need to do my level stuff. Damn it, if I put the right fucking key there. Okay, so that would raise...
Before we go
boy.
through this leveling thing, let's go ahead and sign off on this stream. For all those who are watching or did watch, thank you for watching for our very first stream. This was DM Brent or DM Sovaros or whatever you want to call me. Thank you for watching. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye!